right, as the people come in, y'all, I'm gonna comment down here real quick. Y'all, let me know if y'all can hear me. All right. Want to make sure the comments is good, so I just drop the comment down below. All right. Yep. Comments are good. Let me know if the audio is straight. Audio sounds good to me. If it, I don't know if it's too loud. Y'all gotta let me know. All right. You gotta let me know as we come in, as we proceed to give y'all what y'all need. I don't know. I feel like I need to zoom in a little bit more. So I had control of that thing. All right, people. You know what? I don't know what's going on, but I think the audio is good. Y'all just let me know if y'all hear any echo. So anywho, y'all, we're gonna be doing a few reactions today. I seen something online that I thought was very, very interesting, and we're gonna go ahead and pull it up. These Ring cameras, they catch everything, right? So y'all let me know if y'all if the audio is good or not. We're gonna go ahead and play this thing. All right, let's get it. Go ahead and play this thing. Hold on.
Yeah. Hello?
Hey, what's going on, bro? How you doing today?
Doing all right.
Hey, real quick for y'all, man. Who y'all going with here for the Wi-Fi? Y'all got Bob?
We good. We good.
What do you mean?
We got Bob.
You don't take care of it? Somebody else pay it?
Nah, we good.
Nah, somebody else pays. Your girl pay it? She handles it. Bills in her name.
Huh? We good.
It's the bill in your girl's name. You don't handle it.
I don't handle it. What you mean?
Like, do you not handle the internet bill? Is what I'm saying. Do you not pay it?
Yeah.
How much you pay for it?
We good, man.
You don't pay it, my brother. You don't even know what internet is, bro. I'm gonna stop by and swing back on your lady, bro. I'll check back.
Damn the hell.
Nah, 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 fam. Ain't no way.
Don't you come back here, man.
Bruh, it's not your crib, gang.
Hey, you know, old boy? Do you know, oh, man? Ain't nowhere in the world you got somebody knocking on this doggone door. I will say this: those guys in Walmart do get kind of aggressive, man. You got to act like you on your phone. They still try to interrupt you. I almost had to check one dude when I was in Walmart one time. I was like, "Yo, bro, listen, I'm on the phone. I don't want to discuss nothing about no internet provider or anything like that. This dude is at your door. Is at your door, pretty much like, yo, I'm gonna swing back by and check in with your lady. What? Listen, brother, hold on, stay right there. Stay right there. Don't go nowhere, man. Anyway, this is not even the end of it. So it's another part. Let me go ahead and pull it. This is the second part. Hold on.
That's
So
kind of weird, ain't it?
This ain't my crib.
You said what?
This ain't my crib.
It might not be. You don't know how much the internet bill is. That's kind of weird, ain't it?
That ain't weird. He ain't got to tell you how much I feel is. Who you is?
Hey, you paid. You would know he doesn't.
She paid.
She paid. I know that.
You don't know
How you know that?
Because you don't know
don't get us
I don't
mad.
know.
how much the bill is.
He didn't want to tell.
Man, listen. No. We ain't even listen. We ain't even doing all that, bro. We gonna go ahead and bypass all the rest of that other stuff. The fact that you over here trying to question me and my lady about what's going on in our house, and he was like, "Yo, you ain't even paying. I don't even want to talk to you, fam." Like, what? Nah,
This
fam.
ain't my crib.
Let me tell you something.
This ain't my crib.
It might not be. You don't know how much the internet bill is.
And the fact that he's still walking back up, this is a bold brother. Let me. Situations like this, I would absolutely love the fact that you done came onto my property. You own my property, talking that noise. Boy, let me tell you something. Drag ain't gonna be the word. Drag
That's
ain't.
kind of weird, ain't it?
That ain't weird. He ain't got to tell you how much I feel and who you is.
Hey, you hey.
And but this is a clear sign. Why in the world is the young lady out there? Why is the woman out? I got this. Go back in the house. There's no need for you to say anything. This is between men. Don't worry, I'm gonna handle this. You go ahead and finish cooking or whatever you got going on. I'm about to take out the trash.
You would know he does
She
it.
paid.
Hey,
He
I
should
know
have said
You
that.
don't got no money.
because you don't know
Because I don't know.
how much the bill is.
He didn't want to take.
But listen, you can tell this is the old head. Those brothers got, I guess they got a different type of patience. But let this mofo knock at my door asking me about who my dang on internet provider is, and I swear, boy, man, let me tell you something, boy. I would have had a field day. Listen, brother, you coming outside, you need to do something. You need to do something.
That's all
I know
right.
that right.
Listen. Right here, because when I came outside, I was like, I would have been like, yo, listen, bro. I already let you know what it is. You can get off my property. Like, I don't even want to hear all that. Get off my property. If I ask you to leave and you decide to stay after that, then just know and understand the consequence. It's gonna be consequences and repercussions behind that. And I'm about to get on your. After that, listen, I done already warned this brother. It's recorded. It's on the ring. I asked him to leave several times, and he decided to stay. So I had to do what I had to do.
That's all
I know
right.
that right.
Well, listen, man, we're just trying to see if we can save
Come
this.
back here.
It's okay, no problem. Enjoy.
What the? No. This brother literally rolled up on him on a dang on Segway. Man, stop playing with me.
That's all
I know
right.
that
man, ain't no way.
right.
Well, listen, man, we're just trying to see if we can save
Come
this.
back here.
It's okay, no problem. Enjoy.
This man pulled up on a Segway on 10, bro. They talking about he leaving on a hoverboard. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now, man. Situations like this, I'm just gonna say, I'm not giving any advice. I'm not saying this is what you should do. But I'm just gonna say I understand why some people get drugged for stuff like this, get beat up because you coming to another man's house and doing that, bro. Man, I don't know what type of day this brother is having, but as a salesperson, as a salesman, why in the world are you like causing issues and causing problems? Do you think that was gonna help you get the sale? Ain't no way in the world. This brother got to be on his last leg. He got to be on his last leg at that job. Ain't no way, man. Y'all let me know. What do you guys think down in the comments about that, man? That's crazy. All right, let me go ahead and pull up this next clip. Let me know. I still haven't seen anybody say anything about the audio. Is the audio straight? Got people in here just watching. Ain't nobody assisting. Tapping in. Let me know something. We need some moderators. That's what we need. Good Google. All right. So I'm still not seeing anything up there. All right. Anywho, we don't have any help tonight. Got no help tonight from nobody, but I tell you, no help. We're gonna go ahead and go into the next topic, man. You know what? We just gonna flow like normal. I was hoping that we were gonna have some assistance or some help from the outside. Somebody was gonna tap in and help us out. But it looks like ain't nobody commenting and helping us. So okay, all right, it's all good, dog. We gonna just thug it out, y'all. We gonna just thug it out. All right, let me see. Here, I need me here. Okay, cool. All right, so this next clip is about Ha Davis. All right, Ha Davis has been trending lately, and a conversation came up about him and his girl, and I thought that this was crazy. Let's just go ahead and jump on into the clip, man. And this is from your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson. All right.
He had the rabbit right his arm to come up out of there. Dog walking. Come on, Ha. Then they called the police. What made you? What? I thought he was an intruder.
On June 10th, 2026, Club Shay Shay released the Ha Ha Davis interview. And it didn't really perform as well as I thought it would,
No.
but certain parts of it did perform very well. Ha Ha Davis is an internet comedian. He was Drewski before Drewski, just a lower level of it. But one thing that we do understand is that he's been doing a lot of skits with his girlfriend. And this woman's name is Ridiculously Bomb. You can always see her and him doing.
Whoa, wait. Hold on. That thing, I know I wasn't tripping. So she's a massage therapist, and she says, I like girls who like girls. Fellas, y'all got to be careful, man. You got to be careful.
Her
That's crazy.
And him doing skits rather frequently now in his career. But it is important to understand that his girlfriend, Ridiculously Bomb, also known as Melly, is bisexual. It's literally in her bio. Massage therapist. I like girls who like girls. From what I understand, she's also on OnlyFans.
No, bruh.
So, as you can see, she's the best church girl that you ever seen. Got it! Now that we know a little bit about her,
But before we get into all that, can y'all please help me understand why in the world do guys that pretty much have their pick of the litter, they can possibly get any chick out there? You're funny, you know, you got a decent amount of money, you got everything that a man that most people could possibly want in their lives. Why in the world would you go and get with a chick that has an OnlyFans that like girls? And you know, I'm not saying that she's one of them Instagram bobs, but bro, like y'all be setting yourselves up, man, and they wonder why these chicks literally come in there and use them for their money. I'm not saying that this is this young lady, but most of the time when you deal with these type of chicks that's out here showing their body or dressed the way that some of these young ladies dress and move how they move, they literally just there because you got the bag. The moment you fall off, it's a wrap.
let's find out what Ha Ha Davis admitted on the podcast.
Buckle
Me
up.
and my girl have indulged in that though.
Y'all have it?
We have. Like just try to keep me happy. Like we've done those swing. They call it swinging. Yeah, we did a little swinging. She agreed to it. Yeah, we did a little swinging.
Oh my God! So let's talk about
Ugh.
this idea of swinging. Now, a lot
Hollywood.
of guys, once they become big time internet comedians or athletes or whatever you want to say, they typically have these kind of rules in their relationships. Even for the women that they're messing with, they kind of get with these sexually fluid women that are very, very freaky. And this is kind of why OnlyFans models and booty clappers keep winning. What they'll do is they'll get with somebody like Ridiculous Bomb.
And try to turn to a
what will
housewife.
happen is she will allow him to do threesomes with her and the other chicks. And, you know, then as you keep messing with somebody like her, you keep going up the booty clapping index. And after a while, there's literally nothing else that you can do anymore.
But hold on, to be fair, I noticed because I pay close attention to words. He said, "Listen, we did a little, they did a little swinging," and what he said was, "Yeah, she did it to keep me happy," which means he went to her. It was his idea to do the swinging. Now, listen, I'm not saying that guys should be out here doing it, but I can understand the little threesome situation. When I say threesome, I mean a guy and two girls. All right, it's not the same. Two dudes and a chick, that we call that a train. I had this discussion with some people a few years back. That's not a threesome. All right. If it's two girls, I mean, if it's two guys and a girl, that's a train. Two girls, one guy, I can understand that, but it was his idea to do the swinging thing. What? Man, let me tell you something, man. A lot of these guys be weird before they even get the money. For real. They mind be all jacked because why in the world would a man in his right mind want to see another chick that he cares about, that he rocking with? Now it's a difference between a bop, right? But he got this woman staying with him. They live together. He has identified this young lady as his girlfriend. It's a small title, but it's a title. Meaning, listen, I'm rocking with you. And you decide to bring another guy into the situation, that's weird, bro.
Starting off drinking,
Weird.
then going to weed, then next thing you know, you're on crack. So
Sure.
that's kind of how their relationship went. You get with the booty clapper, you get to have her and other chicks. But sometimes you gotta go head on and
You don't want nobody else doing that to your lady.
That's what I'm saying, though. So what did she say with hey, Carlos?
And, no, after we got done, she tried to come to get the hell off of me. I just seen that man put you. I'm talking about you. Look, he done turned you away but loose. I didn't left her with him. You hear me? Cool. Cause it was like when you want to have fun. You want to have fun in your life. That was, you know what I mean? Something
That was a one-time thing, though, right?
Oh, of course.
No. Wait. You want to have fun? What's fun about letting another dude sleep with your woman? What's fun about? I don't understand it. I don't want to understand it. You know what? I don't even want to go down that road. That's
I would
crazy.
never allow that to happen to you.
so Haha Davis was distraught, fam. His girl got clapped basically by some dude, and he was so mad that he would not let it happen again because again they were in this swinging thing. Now I'm pretty sure Haha Davis was somewhere clapping, and as he was clapping, this other guy was better at clapping his chick, and he was really distraught about that, allegedly.
Nah.
But
Look, he was doing so good. I said, I know she don't want this after that. I know you don't. It ain't no way you want this after what he just did.
But ain't no way you could be in the same. You got to be in another room, and just to put it in your mind, well, I know what he's doing, blah, 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 so forth. So
No.
Ain't no way you could watch that, haha.
That's why you look. I seen it one time. I never
Oh,
seen it.
come on, man. Oh, man.
Man, I'm talking here and there with dog walking.
This
Full control of your old lady.
damn, bro was clapping your girl's cheeks so bad, he was dog walking her. But it gets worse.
Come on,
I
haha.
then they called the police.
What made you,
I
what?
thought he was an intruder.
He said dude was clapping her cheeks so loud, he almost called the police. That is definitely some serious booty clapping. This was important because I was curious of how people were going to react to all of this.
These men be
Wait. Before we get into all that, fam, pay attention to the words, bro. Haha Davis was watching this thing happen in real time. He wasn't in another room. No, fam. This dude, he was watching somebody else clap cheek. Man, that's his girl. Haha Davis was watching that, bro. He wasn't in no another room. He wasn't just listening to the sound. That man was watching it with his eyes. Weird.
asking for three ways and to be swingers and all that, baby. I want something for me. Mama gotta have a life too. Whether that's two peen-weens or a peen-ween and some twat, I'm gonna get my pick at the litter. And she not wrong.
Hey,
Oh no. Look. It's always these. She got her eyebrows bleached, blonde, bro. Get up out of here with a bonnet on her head. Why, man? Why are you here? Take that mess. No, man. Listen, chicks like this. Listen, we ain't checking for her. These type of chicks that dress, act like this, they got this type of mindset. Ain't nobody checking for you, man. Cut it out. Ain't no man in that mother loving house. That's why it's just you.
I mean, I guess you can look at it like that.
No.
Mama gotta have her fun.
No.
But
No.
I'll be down if my girl be like, hey, like, you want to swing? Like, I'll beat the fuck out of you. Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the fuck you think you is?
That boy going to jail.
this
going to
dude
jail.
wanna whoop on the chick. Bro, you gotta take this video down, man. Because you said you were ready to beat her behind. That is crazy. You already like you're diabolically insane. And let me just say this: for guys who was really getting on him for being a simp, he's a buster.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even gonna really deal with that because I mean people just like what they like. I've kind of analyzed some of this stuff a little bit, and you know I'm in celebrity, and people with a lot of money, a lot of opportunity, you know, may do some of this stuff, and the relationship dynamics don't change. I mean, Adam 22 does it. So these relationships for people who are into freaky stuff.
No, man. Let me say this. I think the issue with HaHa Davis, just from the outside looking in, man. I think this brother probably didn't have the right people around him, like in his ear, to give him some game, like a OG, like bro, ain't nowhere in the world like. Again, you got the right people around you. You know, you have that foundation, like guys, like conversations like this probably should have came up before you got into something like that. Like, bro, you know, I'm thinking about what's the name, and then the OG could have walked you down that thing, explaining like, yeah, I don't think that's the move, fam. Not with your old lady. Now, again, if you just kicking it with a chick or whatever, and you know what I mean, this ain't no long-term thing, maybe. But even then, man, listening to somebody else, it's a difference between just passing a chick, like, yo, I'm done with her, bro. You can go ahead and, you know, do what you do. But the fact that y'all got to go home together, nah, fam. This is beta material all mother loving day. I don't know what the hell going on.
Happens a lot in whatever. Okay, that's not the big deal for me. I know you want to be able to say that he's a simp, whatever. Here is the real big issue for me.
Social media comedian HaHa Davis is behind
Oh,
bars
yeah.
for no laughing matter here. He is accused of domestic violence. The Detroit native, whose real name is Carlos Davis, was arrested by Utica police on Friday. Investigators haven't released any additional information on the victims. We don't know much about the circumstances. Davis is being held at the Macomb County Jail on a $5,000 cash surety bond.
So just last year, this same
Wait. Him and that dude pretty much one and the same then. The guy that said he was going, man, are they not one and the same? That's exactly what he said. But one thing that guy was saying was like, if my girl came to me and said that it was HaHa Davis' idea. I want to point that out, but this dude out here putting his hands on women is crazy, bro.
called the police on HaHa Davis.
For?
And see, this is the most important thing, not the fact that he watched her get her cheeks slapped. And the reason why that's not important, because she's expendable.
Is that what they fought
I hate
over?
to say that to anybody watching, ladies watching or something like that, but just hear me out. This lady is, you know, she likes women. You can go onto the page. She's literally in here twerking with females. We can't even show it, throwing money all around. I mean, a woman like this is a dime a dozen. There's nothing that's special about her. She can easily be replaced.
Facts.
Okay, so if he just didn't like what happened, he could let her go. But here's the situation, though. She called the police on him. He damn near went to jail. I remember when I did this story. Then he got back with her after she called the cops on him. So I don't care nothing about this whole situation where you guys are swinging and you guys have made an agreement to, you know, let her get her cheeks clapped in front of you. I don't really care about that. What I care.
Hold on, wait a minute. I hear what O'Shea is saying about that, but listen, once the police is called, the relationship is over. Once you get authorities involved in any way, shape, form, or fashion, to keep it a band with you, this is why relationships are between two people. Like y'all need to be able to have those type of conversations or whatever. Now, again, if it's an abusive relationship, I don't think that a young lady should stay there. You know, this is boyfriend, girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? So honestly, that's no real title. I believe that you're single until married anyway, but that's no real commitment. If somebody is putting their mother loving hands on you, they being physical, it is time to get out. And we've seen so many times where that's not even the case. You got a lot of these chicks out here that, these guys just be sleeping with the enemies. Like, again, these chicks just getting with you because you got money. But if they get the opportunity to be able to secure some type of bag or leapfrog to another guy that got money, another person that got bread or whatever, or they can take some bread with them, you're going to start to see them doggone true colors, right? And so getting into situations like this, can't do it. Like, I can't even play like that. Like, even on skits, couldn't do it. You sitting there putting your leg up on another guy. Oh, nah, fam. Nah. What's mine is mine. And once you even act like you giving that thing to somebody else, it's a wrap. I can't do it, bro. I cannot do it. But this is what we're seeing, man. A lot of Hollywood going on. A lot of these guys, again, already be messed up in the head. They be weird long before they get the money, long before the fame, before the girls and all the rest of the other stuff, the liquor, the alcohol, the drugs, whatever. They be weird way before all of that stuff comes along, man. But the thing that I don't understand is, like, a lot of y'all, a lot of people know that they don't have like a solid foundation. A lot of people know that they got a lot of issues that they need to get through, right? It's not solid up there. So why in the world, when you get the money and stuff, that you don't pay to get help? Is that not what the money is for? Like, it's supposed to give you a little bit more freedom to be able to do the things that you need to do, and then the things that you want to do. And you should have paid to get help, bro. Like, because I think that's got to be like a mental issue for you to allow, to be okay. No, scratch that. To bring that up. Yo, you ever thought about swinging? That's the conversation that y'all having? You got too much time on your hands, brother. But if y'all want to check out this entire video, because I don't want to play the entire thing, man. If y'all want to check out this entire video, y'all go check out O'Shea Duke Jackson, man. Doing some phenomenal work over there. But yeah, y'all let me know what you guys think down in the comments, all right? Davis is just weird, bro. Weird. Oh, okay. We finally. Now let me stop. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So this next clip is gonna be from none other than hold on. Wait. My bad. I mean, y'all already seen it, but let me stop screen and then bring that back up. LeBron James. I thought that this was very interesting, man. I think that it's always a little bit on the weird side anytime I hear men, women, or whatever speak about being single when they're in a relationship. I don't know. It's just weird to me. I don't know. But anyway.
I think personally, me today, if I was not in a relationship today, I could not have a stay-at-home woman. It's not, like, for me, who I am at 40 and what I got going on, just coming home and just seeing somebody just sitting on the couch every day, just sitting there, just chilling, like, that wouldn't float for me. So, like, being where I am today, knowing, how she is, she's home with Zuri sometimes. Boom, I come home, she not there, she at work. Boom, she may be on the road with Bryce, at college. She's doing all these things. I think that's what, it's just who you are and where you are,
Yeah.
At that point in your life, what kind of moves you. And I think everybody is different, so.
I feel that, man. I can completely understand that. I mean, to be honest, I would probably say that's probably a lot of guys. I don't think, well, I ain't gonna say all, some, not all. No guy wants to come home and see somebody just lounging around, chilling. I probably would say the same thing for women as well. You know what I mean? I think you come home Monday and your man in the same spot playing video games, scratching his, chilling, eating up all the snacks, doing nothing productive. I mean, I can understand that, man. And, Savannah Jane, we see her everywhere. She's behind the scenes most of the time, but, they'll pan the camera over there or whatever, but she's at every single last basketball game for both of her boys. And I think their daughter is actually in some type of, I don't know if she's in tennis or something, volleyball. It's something. But yeah, she's always actively doing something, staying busy. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to be around like a lazy person because that stuff it rubs off on you. And again, we're talking about one of the most productive men, probably I ain't gonna say on this earth, but I mean in the public eye right now. This guy is 40 plus, still in the NBA, still dominating, still practicing, still working out, doing the whole nine. You see him in the weight room, and he's working out with his sons and everything. So I can completely understand why he would want somebody to be maybe not as active as he is, but knowing that I'm working my butt off and the person that I'm with is putting forth that same type of energy, I think that just gives a man a little bit more drop. And also knowing that, when they do link up, when they are together, when they are, at the house or whatever, because he's spoken about it, about how she takes care of literally like everything. He literally, when he gets home, it's no stress, it's nothing. You got the food on the table, food is ready, everybody ready to go homeward. This is before, all the kids got a little older. Homework, everything has been done. When I get back to the house, I can just, this is my chill time to be able to enjoy her, to be able to enjoy our family, enjoy that family time, that family life or whatever. That's huge, man. That's huge. So I understand what LeBron is saying. Now,
Today, if I was not in a relationship today,
this thing
I
is
could
weird.
not have a stay-at-home woman. It's not like for me who I am at 40 and what I got going on, just coming home.
And I want to point out something right now. Listen, Savannah is right here. So she's in the room while he's saying this. You know what I mean?
Home and just seeing somebody just sitting on the couch every day, just sitting there, just chilling. Like that wouldn't float for me. So like.
But again, I don't even know if y'all even heard that doggone audio. But again, going back to what I was saying, there are some guys out there that want their woman just to sit there and chill in the house all day so they got access to them at any time. Now, I think that there's always a necessary balance when it comes to that, right? Of course, you want your woman to be around at times, but still would like for her to have her own thing going on. I believe that's what he's saying. You know what I mean? Listen, I make more than enough money to be able to take care of me, you, the family, everything, all of our wants and all of our needs, but I still need for you to be active in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Getting out here and doing something, not just, allowing, time to pass by. You're not living. Like most of those people are dead before, even get to that date because, you're just letting time pass by. No, man, get out there, enjoy, try some stuff. She did have a podcast, and I don't know if that podcast is still going on, thankfully, or hopefully that thing is no longer because, I don't think she need a podcast. But doing anything else like behind the scenes, definitely encourage something like that, man. But yeah, I respect it. All right. But y'all let me know, what do you guys think down in the comments about that, man? LeBron James said, listen, I don't think I could be with a stay-at-home mom at this age. I need somebody that's active. I need somebody, that still understands that, just because I make all the bread that we can possibly need because he's a billionaire, I still need for you to be out there and do something. I don't give a damn what it is, but you got to get up and do something. I respect that. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this next topic, man. So this is actually a topic I've been looking forward to. A lot of people have been talking about this Meg Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson thing for the longest, and man, oh man, I cannot wait. So this video is actually coming from a young lady named Riva TV. If you guys want to go check out her channel, please feel free, man. She got some dope content over there. I believe, where's she at, like 200? almost 300,000 subscribers. That's crazy.
Made you better as a man on and off the floor, and how that's going to move forward for you as far as your career?
My relationship with like
Megan Thee Stallion.
Klay Thompson was complaining about Megan Thee Stallion being too loud and too ghetto.
Yep, I'm still doing hot girl stuff, but
Riva TV. What's up, guys? It's your girl Riva, and I'm back again with another video. Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson are going viral all over social media all over again because a source that is claiming to be close to Klay Thompson basically is speaking out and saying that he knew that he was not going to, last a long time with Megan Thee Stallion because she was quote unquote obnoxious. So we're going to go ahead and dive into the entire situation. And of course, I'm going to give you guys my thoughts, my feelings, and my opinion on this entire conversation. So as we know, Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson.
Wait, before we get into all of that, so I was thinking that Klay Thompson actually came out and said this. So this is from, I just want to make sure we point this out. This is not coming directly from Klay Thompson. This is coming from a source. So that can be any damn body. It can be a damn bum on the street or whatever. But all that being said, a lot of us already seen this coming. You know what I mean? Even though they look at Klay Thompson as being the lame guy, we already knew this was coming. He just wanted to clap them cheeks.
Were together. They were in a relationship. It seemed like everything was fine. They were always on vacation with one another. She had cooked Thanksgiving dinner for him and his family.
Whispering because Klay is still in his school coming from last night. But let me tell you about cooking for my man and his family for Thanksgiving. Right here, this is me getting my dressing ready. I do not call it stuffing bag because this is dressing. This is the southern thing. I was really nervous because I was like, dang, I'm really gonna cook for my man and his whole family. I hope they love this because I got to show them that I really love their son. This is how all my sides came out. This is how my turkey came out. Mr. Thompson definitely said 10 out of 10. I could easily have on my own restaurant, but I didn't want to record him saying it because I was trying to be respectful. Okay, so then this is Klay. He is so ready to eat. He is tired of hearing me talk. I said, babe, what you thankful for? He said, girl, get to that table. I don't want to hear you no more. This is my plate. This is Klay plate, and he's ready to get to the business, babe. This is fair.
Wait. Did you notice that? You're talking too damn much. The man been dropping, he been trying his best to give you a little bit of leeway. Listen. You talking too much. Simmer down. Settle down, man. A guy don't like all of that yapping, bro. Especially when I'm hungry. Hush, please. I'm about to turn into the doggone Incredible Hulk, man. Let's just see how this food tastes. To be honest with you, that turkey look a little dry.
He already know how I do, so he already do food 10 out of 10. Are you cool, baby? This one I just kicked in. 10 out of 10. Damn, man.
Cap. Now, damn, what Boy, hey, who your family is? The Clumps? Tell me that don't look like the doggone Clumps, boy. When they went in there and had that little buffet, they cleaned the hell out. I ain't gonna cap. Klay Thompson's family, to be honest, looks like they don't use no damn seasoning to begin with. So they gonna think any and everything is good. Anything that they got some seasoning on that mug is gonna taste good to them.
It seemed like a fruitful or a positive relationship, right?
Did it?
Every time that she got the chance to even speak about Klay Thompson, she always said nothing but good things about him.
Like, I'm receiving love way better than I ever have in life, which is probably why the man that I have now has came into my life because I was ready to have him. Yep, I'm still doing hot girl stuff, but
but I love him.
I have never dated somebody so kind. Like, this is my first relationship where I ever been with somebody who's genuinely a nice person, and he makes me genuinely happy. Like, I just never dated somebody like him before.
Then fairly recently, she ended up posting
But hold on. Ladies, I want you to pay attention to something, right? I don't think men really appreciate being compared. Okay? This is the first relationship where dudes don't want to hear that, man. Like, listen, you could have just kept it at this, he's a wonderful guy, blah, 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 and just praise him. Don't go comparing that man to any, or comparing y'all relationship to any other relationship. It's already going to give a bad taste in a person's mouth. right? Especially when it comes to men. That's just how a lot of guys think. They don't want to hear nothing about no damn past. How bad another guy was, or how good you are compared to the other guys that you done dealt with. All that's popping up in most dudes' heads is she been doing a lot of that's what, even though allegedly it kind of seemed like it's true if you look at
This on her Instagram story, and it said, cheating, had me around your whole family playing house, got cold feet, holding you down through all your horrible mood swings and treatment towards me during your basketball season. Now you don't know if you can be monogamous. B, I need a real break after this one. Bye, y'all.
whoa. So she went on social media immediately after the breakup. So that pretty much just seals the deal, baby girl. You done messed up. So we gonna break this down. Cheating. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the brother, but he has never been one of those guys that's gonna or seem like he wants to be monogamous. This dude, from what I've seen, tries to trick off on every chick that he can get a hold. I'm talking about he's literally throwing money at chicks to try to get a date. It was some other rapper or something like this. This ain't his first rodeo. You got to pay attention to the signs, baby girl. Don't try to play victim when you knew what you was getting yourself into. The reason why most guys are hitting you up, DMing you, trying to holler at you is because of things that you've been promoting for years. Your body. And so when a guy approaches you, when a guy try to holler at you, what you have promoting? Oh, you've been promoting that what is it? What? I'm just trying to see what that be like. Even the guys that are lame, even the guys that a lot of women looking like he's a no. Guys are not as crazy as you think they are. I'm telling you, they not. Because if they were, then he would have wifed you. But dudes, listen, they're waking up, man. They're no longer accepting this BS. They're like, look, I can have the best of both worlds. Hate it or love it, dog. This is what you've been promoting. I'm just trying to see what that be like. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I'm going to get in, stick it out for a little while, and then I'm going to get out. And then you're talking about got cold feet. At what point did you think that you thought this was going to lead to like a marriage? Is this not a conversation that you should have had to begin with instead of waiting until after the fact? You waited. You waited until after he done got the box, and now you thought, no, it don't work like that, baby girl. You had those type of conversations up front. What are we doing? Like, are we getting together because you're looking to be married in the next few years or whatever? You want to settle down, have some children or whatever? No, man. Pay attention. Have a conversation. Before you even get into that, pay attention to the signs. See what type of guy you're dealing with or type of girl you're dealing with. Check that whole facts, that history. What type of person does this person normally get with? What was their last relationship like? If you test that doggone water, how have they been the last 2, 3, 5 years? He's in the public eye. He's an NBA player. Like, he has a track record. Check that. And then you need to check yourself as well. Holding down all your horrible mood swings and treatment towards me. Now, you were just getting up on all these platforms and talking about how good this guy has been, how he's been treating you. And then what it is the moment somebody don't get their doggone way, you become the worst. You become the bad guy. You become the doggone villain in the story. You know what? Now that I think about it, he actually was kind of mean to me. He had mood swings. The guy's playing basketball. 9 times out of 10, if you have a bad game, you know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm going to be down for a little bit because his doggone shot percentage did drop. But, I don't want to spend too much time on that. But, yeah. Ain't nobody being no monogamous. Yeah, ain't nobody being no monogamous with no girl that's talking about WAP. We not doing it.
After she posted that on her social media, I think it was like the night after or the next day, that she was out, in the club with her hot girl summer antics, right? Kind of like showing like she don't care and she's over the situation. She
and put a song
released another statement, basically letting everybody know that they had ended their relationship.
What she
In
said
the
now?
other statement, she said, "I've made the decision to end my relationship with Clay. Trust, fidelity, and respect are non-negotiable for me in a relationship, and when those values are compromised, there's no real path forward. I'm taking this time to prioritize myself and move ahead with peace and clarity. Now, during that time, there was a lot of speculation, right? There was speculation that Clay was actually involved with a WNBA player and that he was basically cheating on Megan with the player,
Nah, it wasn't her.
which led the player to, deal with a whole bunch of backlash, and nobody ever came forth and cleared her name about it.
Me and Clay do know each other because we both play professional basketball. I would have considered him a friend. I do not know Meg Thee Stallion at all. Today, I'm still the only person that has denied this entire situation of my involvement and claim that this is 100% false.
A lot of people are also.
But you gotta understand, man. Listen, I feel for the young lady because I actually heard something about her getting like deep threats, people talking about doing something to her, which is unfortunate. But this is why you got to be careful about the company that you keep, who you surround yourself around. You know what I mean? And again, if these are not individuals that, you know what I'm saying, you really rock with the long way, then there's no reason why you should be in contact with these people to begin with. Like, for real, you just got to be careful about the circles that you're
bringing
in.
Up the fact that when they were actually at, this event, the event that she has and the foundation for her parents, that, basically she had some kind of obnoxious kind of behavior, and they could see from then that he was turned off by her and, didn't really want to deal with her at the time. He seems a little bit annoyed,
look,
right? He seems a little bit like, you're doing too much. Can you calm down? You need to relax. And, that thrill that he once was portraying, or whatever the situation was, started to kind of dwindle down.
Look at that man's face, bro. Look at this man's face. If this don't ladies, awareness is key. Always. Or at least every couple of seconds, check that mother loving temperature. Check and see if you don't approve, come on, man. See, the issue is you have young ladies that's why they say you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. All right? Because if it's in them, it's in them. And it comes out at the worst mother-loving times. And what I don't understand is why don't she look around and see how the rest of the other women are behaving? Nobody else is doing all of this extra stuff. Put your damn hand down. Bro, I got a tux on. You got a nice dress. We're not at the club right now. Act like you got some doggone sense, man. Because again, when other guys see this type of man, oh, okay, yeah. So it's not an act. This is literally how she is 24/7. And see, the issue is they've been in those other environments so long around the wrong type of people that nobody checks anything like this. You got, again, other women that behave in this manner would do the exact same thing. You don't know how to act when you go out. Whether we go into a 5-star restaurant, a nice establishment, or whatever, man, and you're drawing too much attention to yourself. Chill. It don't take all that. You know what I mean? Your beauty, your elegance speaks for itself. You don't have to do all this mess, man. If you want to do all that, wait till we get to the crib. It's so crazy that a lot of these people can't even control themselves, man. And then they don't see the error in their ways, and they wonder why people keep leaving.
You need to relax. And, that thrill that he once was portraying,
yelling, bro.
or whatever the
Look
situation was, started to kind of dwindle down. But now there have been, again, statements that have come forth from a, alleged source close to Klay Thompson that is basically solidifying those claims. As you can see here, it says, according to a report from the Daily Mail, an insider close to the situation claims that Thompson knew for a long time that she wasn't the right fit for him. It says, quote, he was over her and didn't want to be with her, end quote. The insider said, quote, I think he wanted to break up with her for a while, but just didn't know what to do. He was like, she was just so ghetto. I was over the ghetto-ness, the way she speaks, the way she acts, end quote. The initial spark between the two clearly hit a wall. The 36-year-old guard quickly realized he had no interest in trying to bridge the gap between their completely different lifestyles. Quote, he kind of felt abandoned by her, end quote, the source claimed. He went to all these places to support her, and then when he was off over summer, she was nowhere to be found. He felt like she never made an effort. So there's a lot of things being said there, right? A lot of it is a difference in personality.
I mean, again, all of these things you can see from the outside looking in. They didn't have to get into a relationship. They didn't have to. These are two totally different mother loving people, man. Seriously, well, scratch that because Clay Thompson is a. But I think that again, you have a young lady like Meg Thee Stallion where she's been portraying a certain type of image for so long, and this is why I don't get it, but I do get it. You got women out here that sit there and try to push a certain type of message. Shake your doggone butt. You know what I mean? I got this ring and all this other stuff, but they don't cook and they don't clean. I forgot how the lyrics go. They've been pushing that so freaking much that the thing is they know damn well that all of this stuff is BS. Because if you look at Meg Thee Stallion and you look at the history of people that she done dealt with, trash. If you look at Cardi B, the type of people that she done dealt with, like what are we doing? And see, the thing is, this is how they know what they are doing is not true and it don't work. It was a clip, and people have been talking about this about Cardi B's music being played on the radio, and she's literally trying to cover up her daughter's ears from hearing her own music. You don't find that suspicious? Don't nobody find that suspicious? And then it was, what is it, Young Miami or whatever the young lady's name or whatever. I think they asked her about, letting her daughter hear her music, whatever, and she was just like, no, my daughter don't need to hear my. Again, y'all don't find any of this stuff suspicious, and wonder why in the world can't any of these young ladies that's been pushing that type of agenda, why can't they get and keep a man? They've been pushing. Listen, if you want to be like me or whatever, and they up here following this hot girl summer, a lot of these chicks are getting older. And when you look to the left and you look to the right, they might have some kids, they might have money, they might have all the rest of these things. But when it comes to actually having a solid relationship with the man that they value and a man that values them, crickets. No, I mean nobody is checking for these chicks. Not that they would want to deal with. Most of them simping beta males that's been up under them comments and up under their pictures in their video, they don't want y'all. They don't want y'all. That's why they look at y'all and they keep pushing, bro. But y'all let me know, what do you guys think down in the comments about this situation, man? Again, I called it from the beginning. I don't know. It might actually be on one of my lives. I was like, yeah, I'll probably give this. I want to say, did I say like less than a year or something? Because they were literally like championing. Everybody was so happy and so excited that Meg had finally found a guy that was a decent height. I'm not throwing shade at anybody. That has a decent amount of money. And none of them said anything about him being corny or anything until after all this stuff hit the fan. I'm pretty sure I probably said it on camera, man. I'm about to go back and check. But y'all let me know. What do you guys think down in the comments, all right? Let's talk about it. All right. Now this next one, let me see. This next one, we're going to skip on over to Facebook, all right? We're going to skip over to Face Bezel real quick. Is this full screen? This full screen? All right, y'all, hold on. Give me 1 second, all right? Let me check this battery. Baby. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get back into it. We diving right back in that thing. Let go.
Average men have average lives?
Do I think
Average men have average lives?
Okay, yes, I'm trying to see where you're going with
The
this.
issue is average women believe that they deserve a better than average life. That's the problem. Average men accept the fact that they can get an average woman. Average women believe that they deserve a better than average situation. They overly watch social media and they compare themselves. The thing about social media, and I think that the problem is, an emotional person having access to too many people's opinion affects them. They start comparing themselves to what's not going on in their life.
Right.
A lot of men that I talk to that's having problems in their relationships is because their girl is overly watching someone else's lens too much. They sit there and such and such is on vacation and such, and because I feel like most women are in competition with each other. And I think that your Birkin bag, your Louis Vuitton, I would hate it if you got a Pathmark bag if you cute. I don't care. But again, your $50, $100, $15, $2,000, $20,000 bag, it's for other women. It's not for me. It's not for men, because I have never in my life heard a man say, yo, I got a bag or she got a Birkin bag. I ain't never heard that in my life.
I agree.
I ain't never heard a man say, yo, you see her red bottoms?
I agree.
Ooh, she heat. I ain't never heard that in my life.
I agree.
Right? But again, when you sit down and have these logic, I say, why do you want those red bottoms? Because you want to compare and contrast to what's going on selectively in society, what you want to see. Visually, you want to fit the aesthetics of the wealthy. Visually, you want to fit the aesthetics of the woman that looks like she's being kept. Visually, you want to look like you travel out having fun rather than enjoying what's in your household.
Man, this brother cooking, bro. I got to stop because I ain't gonna be able to. I need to figure out where I'm gonna be able to butt in. Good grief! But this is the reason why you have a lot of young ladies out there that are single. Literally, like why, like are those people like really your friend, or are y'all like envious of those young ladies? Like you call such and such your friend, but you know you're constantly checking her Snapchat and things like, oh man, dang, I wish I was there. I wish, like, why in the world, like, yo, enjoy your life. A lot of people are blessed and I actually said this to somebody the other day, like, when you see people out there traveling, out there, you know, buying cars, out there, you know, again, buying bags and going shopping and stuff like that, you now realize most people don't really got it like that. Like, if you really check those facts, data, and statistics, a lot of people ain't got $1,000 to their name. A lot of people are literally living from paycheck to paycheck. And those pictures, those videos, those clips, and all of those things that you're seeing, a lot of them people just fronting. Because when they get back to the States, when it come to third of the month or whatever, a lot of them be in debt. A lot of them don't even have the cash to pay for that. They swiping credit cards. All of that stuff is on credit. And this is another thing, right? Because I've seen and I've heard a lot of women borrowing money from other women. Like, you know your homegirl ain't got it like that. Because every Friday she asking you for money. Like, just because she going on trips and all that other stuff, yeah, it might seem like it's good for a moment. But that moment, those 2 or 3 days, then set that person back for the next month and a half. And now they trying to play catch up. They trying to pick up more hours. They're stressing out and everything. Bro, trust and believe, just because you see people out here, again, with those pictures and those videos and posting on social media, making it seem like life is good, a lot of them mofos are struggling, working 2 and 3 jobs. Be thankful for what you have, man, that's in your household. Stop looking at everybody else and thinking that, yo, I should be there. I should have this. I should have that.
Most people can't enjoy their household because they're too busy watching other people's houses. That's the problem with social media. It gives uncomfortable people too much access to people. Too much. Right. You're not secure with yourself, and you watching everybody. And that's a problem with itself.
I said it to T before we came on, and I said I feel like a lot of men, right, I said to you, present themselves to be like they have it like that, and that's why a lot of women feel like they deserve more than they deserve, right? I feel like you have a lot of men out here that is like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'll pay for this, I'll pay for that, and then they set that standard. I'm not saying it's right, guys, they set that standard for other men. So you have these women feeling like, well, if he did this, if Tyler did this, I'm not dating Q if he's not even doing that. And they feel like every man should do that.
Do you have a bum baby father? Do you have a bum baby father? You have a whole bum baby father, and now you create these diabolical standards. When you was giving your most intimate prize to a loser. And that don't make sense. It don't add up. Average.
Why in the world does it always have to be the man's or a man's fault for the way that some people think is just it blows me, bro. So you telling me they will always, and I mean always, find a way to blame this thing on a man. The reason why I think the way that I think, or the reason why I'm in the situation that I'm in, the reason why, the reason why they're in debt, got student loans, I don't care what it is, they got low self-esteem, is because of a man. At what point do they or do people take accountability? At what point do you look in the mirror and say, yo, I am the common denominator in every single last situation that I've been in. Let me focus on me. Let me get all of my ducks in a row. Why in the world do they always want to point the blame at this guy and that guy and say it's the reason why we are the way we are is because of men? But the moment you become successful or whatever, anything positive, oh, that's all me right there. I did that. Like, what sense does that make, man? I'm just trying to figure out. Y'all gonna have to let me know, man. Let me know. And this young lady, because she's probably been around a lot of other women that think like her, and these women constantly live in echo chambers, they think, yo, I'm cooking. I can't wait to have this conversation with a man. You're not in the echo chamber anymore, baby girl. I'm gonna give it to you raw dog. I'm gonna give it to you real. The reason why you're in that situation, the reason why a lot of your friends are in that situation, the reason why y'all are single and can't get and keep a man is because, first and foremost, y'all don't know how to take accountability for your own actions. This is your own doing. You are a grown adult. You can think for yourself. All right? And you done got yourself into the situation. So don't go blaming men and thinking that every situation, every reason why you're in whatever circumstance you're in is because of a guy. No. They got everything to do with you. You chose to give your womb to that bum. You knew he was a bum before you opened up your legs to him. But yet and still, you still did it because he was cool, because he had swag, or because you heard that he was swinging. Don't go blaming guys, man. You made that decision as a grown adult. So y'all let me know, what do you guys think down in the comments about this, man? I know it's going to be a lot of people upset about that thing right there, boy. But these are conversations that need to be had. All right? Let's get into the next video. Where we at? Oh, we got the one and only Shaq Diesel. Shaq said he got something to say, y'all. Shaq got something to say. Let that man cook.
You think a man cheating depends on the woman?
Yeah.
I don't think that at all.
Don't matter what you think. How come you think? Where do you think the phrase "happy wife, happy life" comes from?
Yeah, but I think men, people that cheat.
No, well, okay, so I think there's three types of cheaters. There's a serial cheater, the James Bond cheater, and then the guy that's forced to cheat.
You wrong. Listen, before we even finish with this clip, Shaq, you are wrong, bro. We just got done saying like accountability is everything, brother. Like what are we doing, bro? What are we doing? No, there's no such thing as a guy being forced to cheat. If you want to step out, then just separate, bro. First of all, have that conversation with that young lady. Yo, listen, I'm thinking about stepping out, or I want to step out, or whatever, and then y'all go from there. But I don't believe in that being forced to cheat. That's crazy.
Okay, what is a James Bond cheater, and how are you forced to cheat?
James Bond cheater is I do everything right. I'm in Rio. I see a little thing. Boom, boom, boom. Nope, nobody sees me. Boom, boom, boom. I come back home to my normal life.
Okay.
All right.
You smooth. You slick with it.
Smooth with it, yeah.
Okay.
The guy that's forced to cheat is I've been on the road in a week, and I come here and he'd be like, I got to do my podcast. That's the first night. I can't. I got to make it like you just 4 or 5 days in a row. You're not taking care of your man, and then he does what he does.
Oh. So
In
then
the
you
last?
step out.
And then there's a serial cheater, the guy that just don't whatever. But yeah.
No. Hold on. Let me finish.
I think it depends on that. Women run the world. Y'all just don't know it.
No, don't try to clean it up at the end. A cheater is a cheater. And that's men or women, bro. A cheater is a cheater. There ain't no dang on James Bond or serial. They all are one in the same. Dishonest. Like, bro, just have the conversation. Like, listen, if we have decided that we're gonna be monogamous with each other, we sit down and we have that conversation. I'm with you with me, ain't nobody else. You have that conversation up front before y'all even get together. If we talking about again a putting titles on again, I don't really believe in a boyfriend girlfriend thing, but if y'all do decide to get into a situation like that, okay, cool. Have that conversation. Marriage, have that conversation. Ain't no such man, no, ain't no damn happy wife, happy life. No, fam. I'm talking about y'all run the world. He tried to clean it up at the end. No, brother, a cheater is a cheater, and can't nobody force you to cheat. Now, I will say this. I believe in a relationship, people have a duty. If you are married, all right, y'all kicking it again, y'all decided to be with each other, solely be with each other, whatever. A conversation needs to be had, and there is a duty. A duty. Well, let's just talk about marriage. I don't even want to speak about boyfriend, girlfriend. I don't believe in that crap. You have a duty to make sure that your partner is taken care of in some way, shape, form, or fact. That's your duty to try to provide them with, if it's pleasure, then, if it's making their life easier or whatever, bro, like, before we get into this thing, have that conversation. And understand, like, this is basic-ish. Thankfully, thank God, I am so thankful that, this is one of those things your boy don't have to worry about. But if we are kicking it, if we are married and there's something that you need and I can provide that, then why the hell am I not providing that as your person? Make it make sense. And again, he tried to bring up a scenario. Okay, I have a podcast tonight, so whatever. Man, it don't take long. How long have y'all been with y'all man? Are you a tug here, a tug there? Done deal. I'm man, listen, it don't take much. If you know your person, it don't take long at all. All right? You know what I'm saying? I was about to say something, but I'm not gonna say it. But I will say this. Again, going back to that duty thing. If your partner needs something, I don't know, maybe I just come from a different space. Maybe, I don't necessarily want to call it luck, but I'm just thankful that I'm gonna say most of the time that is not an issue. There will be a day or two where, ain't nothing shaking, which is especially around that time. You know what I'm saying? Around that time of the month, what I'm saying? I understand that. But there are other things. You got hands, you got a mouth. You know what I'm saying? It's options. You know what I'm saying? You just got to know your person. But make an excuse night after night after night after night. Again, I believe that a conversation should be had. Hopefully, again, you get with somebody where they already understand that. But if, what I'm saying, y'all get into a situation on down the line and we got to revisit that conversation, then let's revisit it. Okay, listen, I have wants, I have needs. This, that, and the third. I'm bringing it to you, and let's have the conversation. And hopefully the issue can be resolved by just conversing and just having a conversation about it. Now, if nothing changes, then something need to be taken up off the table, fam. All right, listen, we done had this conversation, so let's address it again. Would you be okay with me stepping outside? Because it seemed like it's a lot going on. You never have time. I don't know what they use. Headache. I don't know what it is. Again, that's not my world. But if that's the case, then, are you cool with stepping out? If this a no, then okay, we need to make something happen. I mean, come on, time is ticking, dog. I got a lot built up, and I'm trying to release that thing. You know what I'm saying? A couple of days I took care of myself, but listen, I'm trying to look out for you as much as possible. Like, what we doing here? But realistically, man, I would say you have a lot of people out there that are selfish and should not be in relationships to begin with. And yes, I am speaking about those people that are either serial cheaters or whatever, or a cheater, or you have those people out there that don't want to cater to their person. Neither one of those individuals, I believe, should be in a relationship to begin with anyway. That's just my 2 cents. But y'all let me know, what do you guys think down in the comments, man? I think that Shaq Diesel, Shaq, you off, brother. You are off with this. Oh yeah, y'all drop it down in the comments and let's talk about it. All right, what we got next? Oh man, I'm definitely I got to address this, dog. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't even like, I seen this, and I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all have seen this. This is something that happened at the White House, that happened during the UFC fights or whatever. I'm not really gonna discuss my thoughts on how I felt about the UFC thing and them doing everything in front of the White House, but I'm just gonna say this right here. This was crazy, bro. It was unnecessary, for real.
Lastly, Michelle Obama is a man. Am I right, America? Ladies and gentlemen.
No, she is not. And you know what? Neither are you. That's the one thing the two of you have in common. Neither one of y'all is a man.
So I just seen that clip. I seen what was at the bottom. I don't know this young lady, but y'all feel free to go check out her content. But just diving into this part. So before he got to that, one of the last things that he spoke about before he said anything about that, he said something about God. I want to make sure that I give honor to God at this time. And shout out to Charlamagne. I don't really agree with him on a lot of things, but I agree with this. This was one of the biggest wins of your career on one of the biggest stages in front of everybody. The people that you value or whatever, the president and everybody else. It's being seen by hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of people. And instead of taking the time to, again, thank God, thank your family, for supporting you along this journey, because athletes, listen, and you understand you're going to be away from your family a lot, whether it's physically or mentally, because you're trying to prepare for a battle, a fight, a game, whatever. And so, that takes up a lot of your space. So instead of you taking the time to let them know how thankful and how grateful you are to them, to your coach, to your team, and again, giving honor to God, you use your last words to bash a woman that don't know you from a hill of beans. You don't know that young lady, and you thought that was cool? No, because even Dana wasn't rocking with that. He was like, listen, I thought that the match was dope. The guys did a great job, but I don't really rock with it. I'm just paraphrasing it, you know what I mean? I don't really rock with, what he said. Like, I just don't rock with that mess. And it was somebody else. It was a comedian. And I forgot what the name of the doggone thing was. I want to say it's like TMZ. It was a TMZ reporter. He was walking outside with his camera, and he was like, he was trying to get like his thoughts on it, right? He was like, what are your thoughts on what the guy said? I can't remember what this dude's name is. It's not even that important. But yeah, what are your thoughts on what he said? And he was like, what do you mean? Like what he said about Michelle Obama? I don't, I think it was crap. And the TMZ report, you can tell that he didn't want it to go that way. He wanted, and it was a white comedian, he wanted the white comedian to agree with what this guy was saying. He was like, yeah, no, I don't rock with that. He was like, oh, that's strange, because a lot of people are actually saying the complete opposite. And the comedian was just basically saying, like, I don't give a damn. I don't care about what everybody else is saying. I don't rock with that. Like, no, you just sit, you take the time to bash a woman that ain't got nothing to do with you, fam. Like, on one of the biggest stages of your life. Like, it just don't make any sense. Am I right, America? Lame, bro. Lame. But y'all let me know what you guys think down in the comments about this, man. I don't. Again, before this, even though I guess he has been, was the heavyweight champ, I never heard of this guy. I never heard of this guy. The guy that got beat, I actually probably know a little bit more about him than who this dude is. But yeah, y'all let me know down in the comments, man. What do you guys think about that, man? Crazy. All right, so I got a question. I got a question for y'all, right? Let me share this real quick. Yeah. Question. Should a woman return an engagement ring if the relationship ends? Absolutely. Listen, we ain't even gonna let this thing drag out. If the relationship is over, get that man back his damn ring. Like, what we doing? I don't give a damn. He paid 50, 5,000, 50,000, 5 million. If the relationship is over, everything that was given to them, like, just give it back. Like, listen. I'm either pack it up, put it in boxes, or I'm gonna donate it and give it to. Because I don't want to take anything that I have from one. I'm not gonna say bad relationship, but from one relationship to the next. I don't understand why people do that. And I mean that with everything. I don't give a damn if it's socks, shoes, clothes, stuffed animals, a ring, whatever, a hat. I don't give a water bottle. Anything that's been given to me by another person that I've been in a relationship, I'm not taking it to the next relationship. No, absolutely not. No, man, you can have all that. Listen, I appreciate your time. I appreciate the memories, but this ends here. All right? You take that ring or whatever, that promise, I don't give a damn what it is. You take it, you have it. I don't want nothing to do with it. And I know there's going to be a lot of people that's going to feel some type of way about this. A lot of women that disagree, like, no, that's my ring. He gave it to me. Give it back. Give that mofo back. I don't give a damn. They talking about worth over $10,000 after a breakup. So, who cares? Y'all are no longer together. Get that man back his ring and whatever else it is. But y'all let me know. What do you guys think down in the comments about it? I thought that was actually a little funny little thing. I know some people gonna feel some type of way about it, but it's all good. Let's see what we got here. All right. So this is coming from tonight's conversation. All right. I don't know if y'all familiar with tonight's conversation, but it don't matter. We're gonna get into it anyway. In that. Wait, where is it? Oh, here we go. All right, let go.
And don't respect things that they don't work for. When you're a successful woman and you're with a man who is living with his mother and does not have a job, okay? Again, I'm gonna make this real quick. Once upon a time, it was a little boy named Johnny. His mother asked him what he wanted for Christmas. He said, I want a blue truck. Johnny had been a good little boy that year, so his mother had no problem getting him that blue truck. He got the truck for Christmas. He played with it. A couple days later, he never played with the truck again. The following year, his mother asked him again, what do you want for Christmas? He said, Mommy, this time I want a yellow truck. She said, the last time I bought you the truck, you didn't play with it. So this time, you're going to have to spend your hard-earned money to go get it. So Johnny went around the neighborhood and delivered newspapers, and he built all his money up to get that truck. Johnny played with that truck day. Okay, what was the difference between the blue truck and the yellow truck? He worked for it. That's what happens when you let a man that doesn't work for anything and does not have any money and is living with his mother have access to a professional woman. You made a little fish feel like a big fish. And the issue that I have with this is that the women that are in this crowd, we're going to get Mr. Big Fish Johnny, okay? And he's going to think that he's somebody. And now he's entering our world, okay? Because of your friend allowed him to have access, and he's grown to feel like this big fish that he's actually not. It's one band, one sound, ladies, okay? One band, one sound. We got to get on one accord. Stop letting these men that are little fish enter the big fish world. It messes it up for everybody.
Yeah, you said something that was very pivotal that really gave me a visceral.
Men.
No, ain't no visceral. Ain't none of that visceral crap. No. Let me finish that story for that young lady, all right? Johnny. After, because I think she was cooking with that, right? Because me personally, I think that Johnny should have been trying to earn that money from jump. But I do know and understand, and I do agree with it. You know what I mean? Like, people definitely respect something that they have to work for, right? Especially if it's worth it. So that red truck or whatever, yeah, he probably gonna take it, play with it a little bit. You know what I mean? Because I was actually somewhat the same when it came to shoes when I was younger. And the next year, Johnny asked for a yellow truck. And Amon say, nah, I ain't buying that damn truck. You go out there, you know, and make your own money. And if you want that truck, then you get that truck. Okay. All right, I respect that. Me, again, I was a little bit different. I actually told my mom in the 7th grade that she no longer has to pay for my school clothes or school shoes. I told her with my own mouth, and you can ask her, I got it from here. You no longer have to pay for that stuff, moms. I'm cutting grass, I'm raking leaves, I'm washing dogs. I'm doing all the above, except for, you know, anything crazy. I got it from here. So anyway, to finish that story, right? The thing about little Johnny is after he goes out and he buys that yellow truck, he might play with it for a little bit, but something is going to click in his head. So you telling me while I'm playing with this truck, I was able to go out, earn money to be able to buy my own truck. So imagine if I was able to do that in a week or two, imagine what I can do in a month, in 2 months. This little truck right here, y'all see where I'm going? I can have 2, 3, 4, 5 of them mofos if I wanted to. Think about it, right? So what Johnny just realized was, oh, this is a nice little life lesson that I was able to pick up early. See, the issue is you got a lot of people out there that want you to pay premium for used goods, and guys just not doing that. I don't give a damn what you say. I don't care what type of shaming tactics you try to use. Most guys not doing that. I'm not going for it. You want me to pay for a used truck that got over 200,000 miles? You want me to pay top dollar for it? Hell no. Johnny, no, not Johnny, but Dean was just riding this little piece of, and he had to pay a premium for. So you expecting me to do it? Have you lost your mind? That's a bad investment. And so again, when he getting out there and he's working, he's understanding this. Why the hell am I out here worried about this little box when this person, that person done had it? When I can just work my way up the ladder and I can have my pick of the litter. I can be out here choosing and get with any one of these mofos that I want. That's the part of the story that she left out. Like, no, guys ain't crazy. We're not stupid. We're not going there. Just because, again, you get women out here that get in these freaking echo chambers and they come up with a story in their head. No. Tell the entire story. I want to hear the whole thing. Don't just cut it off like it's a happy ending. Hell no. Johnny got smart. Johnny got real smart. And again, going back to a good investment versus a bad investment. Just because you think you got it going on, just because you know you might have a nice body or whatever, we checking up under that hood, baby girl. And just because it looks good on the outside, you might have a big butt, big breast or whatever, you might have a pretty face, but what's going on up under that hood? All right. Does this individual, this truck or whatever you want to call it, possess the things that I'm going to need long term? Is this the type of person I can grow old with? The type of person I can see myself with being in a marriage, being the mother of my children? If not, I'm just going to play with it the same way I play with that damn red truck. Because again, I can go back out here and continue to do what I do. And I'm, again, going to have my pick of the list. I can choose between any of these mofo, mother-loving trucks. I'm working out. I'm checking off all the boxes that most of these women want and say that they need in a guy. So you can put that premium price tag on that thing. That don't mean that guys are paying for it. And that's what it is in today, right now on social media. That's why you got so many women out there complaining on these social media streets, because guys are not going anymore. Like, I can literally get the best of both worlds. I can still sleep with this young lady. You gonna complain. You can complain all you want to, but this ain't no damn one band, one sound. It's always gonna be a woman or women out there that are still willing to go. Because, listen, the pickings is getting real slim. Guys not only, you know what I'm saying, have to, you know, deal with now you got other women outside our race that are checking for us. And so we just like this. Listen, I don't negotiate with terrorists. Either you can come over here, be peaceful. I'm not saying be my peaceful. I'm a peaceful person. I'm at peace. I got that. You need to be a peaceful, like that need to come with you. And you need to fall basically in line. I know a lot of y'all don't want to hear that, but fall in line. We can work together. I'm not going to sit here and work against you. I'm not going to do that. What I will do, I'll bust you down and I'll send you on your mother loving way. Go ahead and put the money on the dress. No, I'm joking. We're not doing that. But we can either do things this way, or you can kick rocks and go about your mother loving business. I'm not going to force you to do anything. Again, I don't negotiate with terrorists. I'm not in the convincing business. I'm not going to convince you to stay. If you want to leave, you want to go about your, do it. But the thing is, stop getting on social media and complaining. Stop getting on social media and shaming. Stop getting on social media and coming up with these crazy stories. Listen, guys like myself, we're going to pick that doggone story apart because we know better. All right? You ain't talking to Boo Boo the fool. We know what's going on. And the reason, and she said, listen, we're going to get the guy. So that lets you know right now, this young lady is single. Stop listening to single women. It's a reason why they're still single. It's a reason why they can't get and keep a man. They don't understand the importance of teamwork, working with someone. A lot of them need to lower those doggone standards because they too high. That's what it is. A lot of y'all standards are way too high. And when you start matching up the qualities that you need to get and keep a good man, ain't nothing. They ain't got nothing around this mother lover. They think that, again, having a job, being successful in a career is men with money, men that got themselves together. We don't give a damn about that. We don't give a damn how much money you got. We don't give a damn about how many degrees you got. That does not translate to anything when it comes to a relationship. All right? But, I don't spend too much time on this, man. I don't want to cook this young lady too much. I actually want to have a conversation with y'all down in the comments. Y'all let me know, what do you guys think about this? All right? Drop it down in the comments and let's talk about it. Whew, my bad, y'all. That one right there, that thing had me bubbling over here, boy, for real. Word. Tired of seeing that mess, man. And again, they be thinking they be cooking. Like, I'm cooking over here. So I'm going to bring up this next video. And I'm just going to tell you right now, this is a video that I wanted to do with my big bro. But that guy just worked so much and so hard, man. And, we're going to have to figure out a time to get him on here. Because he funny, but my brother be cooking too. He's my oldest brother. My boy really be cooking, but my brother actually sent me this. And he was like, yo, we were just having a conversation about this. I was like, you ain't never lied, dog. I swear you ain't never lied. But let's go ahead and get into the video. Before we do that, though, hold on. Let me use the restroom real quick. Y'all give me 2 minutes. All right, peeps, we are back. Let's get it. Let's get it. I appreciate y'all, man. All right. So, again, shout out to Big Bro. Let's get it. Where are we? There we go.
Manager told you to be at your manager told you to be at work at 7 a.m. Yes. Ooh, that's a little early. But you still did what was necessary to be there on time at 7 a.m. Your husband says, hey, we need to head out. I'll just use church. We need to head out the door. We need to be leaving for church at 9:30. We need to be leaving out the door for this. Why are you always late? And then you get mad at him when he says, why are you always late? So how is it that you can do it for a manager, but you can't do it for your husband? Oh, watch this. You start a new dress code, okay? You start a new job. Ma'am, on this job, we're going to pay you $20 an hour. But unfortunately, you cannot wear jeans. You cannot wear gym shoes. You have to wear slacks and you have to wear a dress. So guess what you do? Even if it's not in your wardrobe, you take your personal money and go shopping in order to obey what your manager asked you to do. But when your husband told you, hey, I'd like you to wear this. Oh, no, I'm not wearing that because this is my body. I'm not going to dress for my husband. That's stupid. So why is it that you're doing it for a manager, but you're not doing it for your husband? It doesn't make any sense. So I've gotten a lot of slack because of that. But the truth be told is there are a lot of women. Watch this. You're never going to tell me that you're going to work for a manager and that manager does not tell you something that you don't like. When that manager tells you something you don't like, are you interrupting him? Are you clapping your hands at him and doing all that type of stuff? No. So you come right home and do that with your husband.
I'm gonna tell you what's so crazy. Again, man, shout out to my brother for sending that thing over, man. It's so crazy we was having a conversation about that. This exact topic. You are cool with your manager telling you what time you're gonna be there, what time your break is, what time you leaving, what you're gonna wear, and you even have some people out there where they manager kind of talk down to them, and you sit there and you take it. But the moment your husband asks you to do something, I'm not doing that, man. Boy, hey, y'all fellas, y'all a different breed. Couldn't be me. It could not be me. I want y'all to pay attention to the other brother. I don't know who this other brother is, but he kind of look like that type of guy. Happy wife, happy life. So you got a lot of guys out there that kind of be shocked that men like this actually exist, and the fact that they're willing to stand on their square, whether it be in front of a camera or other women or a group of people. I've literally been in the middle of a room at a few different, at one of my old jobs or whatever, and it's literally a group of women around me, and we're having a conversation about relationships, and it was something similar to this topic right here about, how disrespectful women can be. And you know what I mean? It was a guy that walked in, bless his heart. He's married. I want to say probably like maybe 40, or he might be in his 50s now. This has been a couple of years ago. He walks into the room and see a group of women surrounded around me and listening to the conversation. And you're both like, nope, I'm getting up out of here. I don't want nothing to do with that. Like, come on, brother. Shh, hush, man. Hush. It's guys like you just need to play the background. Don't even come in here and bring that type of energy, because women feed off of stuff like that, right? We need more masculine men that aren't afraid to stand on their doggone square. And listen, at the end of the day, I don't want to push anything about being separate, all right? Everything that I talk about, everything that I do is hopefully to get both parties back to the table, and we both can sit here and have a conversation with each other that's going to benefit us in the long run. I'm big on communication. Like, let's have a talk, all right? And instead of working together or listening to your manager, to your supervisor, or whoever is, giving your paycheck or whatever, the person that you're supposed to be building with, you sitting there causing friction between that person. Why is that? This is supposed to be your person. This is the person that you chose to be with. You chose to be in a relationship with. Some of y'all have chose to be married, chose to have a child with this person. Why in the world is it any back and forth or any aggression Again, he's talking about talking with the hands, you know, snapping fingers. I can't stand that crap. I don't even know what the heck that is. But doing all that towards a guy that you're supposed to be rocking with, that's your person. You give more respect to your manager than you do your boyfriend or your husband. Like, make it make sense. And y'all wonder why y'all either one be so freaking miserable or miserable and single. A lot of y'all end up with nobody because of the way that you act, the way that you treat other people, the way that you treat the person that you chose to be with. It just doesn't make any sense, man. This is another one of those things where I don't understand. I don't necessarily care to understand, even though I would love to have a conversation with a brother that's in a situation like that. You know what I mean? Just to, I don't even want to say for like entertainment reasons, but hopefully be able to shine some light and just like, bro, like grow some balls, like get a backbone. Why in the world do you allow your woman to sit there and talk to you the way that she does? Like, is this the way that y'all communicate? Like, this is the way that y'all been operating for however long that y'all been together? Couldn't do it, man. Could not do it, dog. But again, those same women that be with the rah-rah, be with all that masculine energy and everything, as soon as they get on that job, you don't have a damn peep out of them. They don't say a mother-loving thing. If they do, they probably come home and complain about their manager and their supervisor to you, but they won't do it to their face. Like, you taking most of them be taking their frustrations out on y'all. That's exactly what it is, man. Life has been beating them doggone down or whatever. And instead of venting and maybe coming up with a better solution with the person that they're with, they take their frustration out on y'all. Bless y'all hearts, man. Bless y'all. I'm not saying it to try to be funny. Again, it's unfortunate that that's where a lot of y'all are right now, but y'all just trying to grow some balls, bro. That's all it is. But y'all let me know what you guys think down in the comments about that, all right? Whew, boy, good grief. Sheesh. All right. What we gonna do? The one and only Cam Newton. All right, Cam Newton. Let's see what he's talking about. Cam Newton got Paul Pierce on this thing. Let's see. Let's see what he's talking about.
Driving the price up too much to where y'all got these girls. Y'all driving the price up too much to where y'all got these girls out here all in their head thinking they can just like. There's squares out here. It's real squares out here y'all following. This generation ain't got no game, brother. It's a lost art. They lead with the dollars. I'm gonna spend a Benjamin, but it's gonna be indirectly, man. We gonna go to lunch. That's when that Benjamin come out. I'm not gonna leave with no.
I don't want to go to lunch, but you can send me the money though.
Cause now you got a woman that's really saying, no, they paying it. And I believe it. They paying it. But now I need to start holding my brothers accountable to say, hey dog, stop paying it and get back to the root. Every time a chick talk about me, what's the first thing that they say? Cam, I heard you was. What they say? Cheap? It's hell, man.
Oh, my bad. Though. Because I can relate. I don't give a damn. If anything, that's a mother-loving flex, dog, for real. You damn right. You can't use. That's how you know every chick that's done been around me ain't got a mother-loving dollar out your boy. Now, that's not to say that when we go out, whether we're taking trips, whether it be outside the U.S., in the U.S., whether we go out to eat, whether we go to the movies or whatever, if I offer, you damn right, I got you. But as far as KD tricking and just, nah, bro, I ain't never been that type of guy that's going to leave with money. Even when I got it like that, I still ain't going to be that doggone type of guy that's going to leave with money, man. Like, come on, bro. Listen, some guys got to do that in order to get played. And then you got some guys out there that just, she's still going to go.
Hey, Cam, I hear you cheap. Duh, the plan is to keep the money, not to grow broke. And dudes need to start getting back to the roots of like, bro, dog, you spending 100 bands with her, bro? Goodness gracious, what happened to just send a text message, bro? We put too much into the look of how somebody, man, the girl that you attracted to don't even really look like that, bro. These girls don't even like you, brother. And you're spending money, brother, on a person that you don't like.
And that person don't like you. That's what it is. They don't really rock, bro. If that's what it takes for you to get a date, if that's what it takes for you to get their time, their attention, or whatever, they don't really rock with you like that, bro. And that's the thing that I continue to try to tell y'all. I'm trying not to call y'all any names right now, but y'all beta males that need to grow a backbone and some mother loving balls. Them chicks ain't really rocking with y'all like that. Cause I'm gonna tell you right now, you are getting clowned in the mother loving group text. I mean, they going ham. Girl, I got him doing this, doing that. You know what I'm saying? He taking me on trips or whatever. It's not them big upping you. It's them talking about how much of a clown you is and how much they're using your doggone butt. Yeah, they gonna smile in your face. They gonna do whatever it is they need to do in order to secure the bag, because that's just how those young ladies rock. You're more likely to run into one of those chicks before you run into a chick that really rock with you for you. I'm telling you, especially when you out there fishing, out there trying to get people's attention with your money. You know, I got this amount of money. I got this house. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. For what? What are you flexing for? Like, what are you flexing for? And what do you hope to achieve because you are flexing? It's unnecessary, dog. It is unnecessary, especially to those single guys, bro. I promise you, in the long run, you're gonna find yourself by yourself. And most of the time, those young ladies are the worst type of investment, because that's somebody that you kicking it with. Y'all really, that's what tripped me out. Y'all will go on trips, y'all will fly some of these chicks out, and y'all will literally lay in the bed with a complete stranger. Just because you bust them down don't mean nothing. A lot of them are doing that every night, or more than what a lot of y'all realize. It's nothing to them now. It used to mean a lot more in the good old days, but now, who that was? Who that was? Such and such slept with the other day. Who you slept? I don't know. I don't know who the hell that was. It was, I think his name was Chris or whatever. They don't care, bro. Dime a dozen, in and out. They gonna trick with you. They gonna trick with him. They gonna sleep with him. They gonna sleep, and ain't even gonna remember your mother loving name. Oh, that's the guy that gave me 5 bands just for my doggone attention. Idiots, man. Idiots.
You might as well go in the middle of Times Square and put 100 bands in the middle of it and walk away 10 steps. That's how fast that money will be blown. Matter of fact, the money will take longer to be spent in the middle of Times Square rather than you giving it to a chick. Y'all driving the price up too much to where y'all.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Paul Pierce, man, for calling out the simp. Even though I ain't gonna talk about. I'm gonna spare him. But shout out to him. Shout out to him for calling it like it is, man. And even though I don't necessarily agree with him or Cam Newton on everything that they talk about, I will say that I fully agree with them on this. A lot of y'all guys are literally like the reason why a lot of these chicks out here moving the way that they moving. Making OnlyFans pages. They getting paid off mother loving feet pictures. Y'all letting these mofos make money off of feet pictures. They done went from being down in the comments to being simps and betas to giving their entire paychecks to these women. Bro, man. A lot of y'all are cooked, bro. This is why the dating scene is cooked. Because a lot of y'all, idiots, man. You got to do better. But y'all let me know. What do you guys think down in the comments, man? Oh, boy, I tell you. Crazy work, boy. Crazy work. So I see that this battery is overheating. So we're going to go ahead and swap the battery out real quick. Y'all, hold on. Give me 1 second. at the stage. All right, y'all, hold on 1 second. What's up, baby? We here. We here. Come on. Testing. Come on. What's going on? Y'all give it a second, man. We about to pop up in a second. Why I tell you, good grief. Oh, my bad. That was my fault. That wasn't the camera. That was my fault. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into this thing, man. Are we good? All right, we good. Let go. So, I've been looking forward to this one too.
You will not let her get dressed and go by herself. You will always get dressed, or you'll say, well, honey, I don't think we need to go nowhere tonight.
Okay. Provision.
Okay?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's gonna be a hard one to swing. Some of these women like, I need to have my free time.
Ain't no damn free time. What free time? When you get a husband, you don't have no free time.
It's our time. All the time.
All the time. Free time is when you go to bed.
Right.
And go to sleep.
Okay. That one might be a hard one for me to sleep.
Or even go to work.
Because I done had a wild one that like to do her own thing a lot of times too.
I know it. I know that. But you be the man.
Okay.
Don't never let a woman leave you at home while she's somewhere jugging or having fun.
I got you.
Okay.
I got you.
Shout out to this young lady, man. Oh man, this is why we need more women from the older generation that's going to maybe give a little bit more advice on how it is that somebody should be moving. And I'm not only talking about the women, but also the guy. What she said to him, again, pay close attention to what she said. She was like, listen, this is why you need to be a man. All right? Notice what she said. You need to be the man in this situation. Like there are some times where you just got to take control, brother. Like, damn, do you not got any? You don't have a backbone? And I mean, it's obvious because he said, "Listen, I had a wild one." What does that mean? As a grown man, like, again, I understand when we're in high school or middle school, high school, we out there probably choosing the wrong type of people, whatever. I understand, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, back then, you're doing some questionable stuff. A lot of them you're just trying to bag or whatever. But when you become a grown man or a grown woman, why the hell are you choosing, or are you still with a wild one that don't listen to you? Like, not only are you're not gonna go anywhere, but that's literally putting everything that you got going on into jeopardy. Whether it be money, business, or whatever, man. If you with somebody that I just gotta say it, you have literally no control over, or you can't sit here and have a conversation with them about how they're moving, maybe give them a little bit of insight, shine light, and give them a little bit of awareness on, yo, maybe this might not be the way to go. If you can't have those type of conversations when this person is just unruly, why are you with them? Why are they in a relationship with you? At what point do you grow some balls and tell, yo, you know what? We had the conversation and it don't seem like you really listening. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to step respectfully. And then you just go about your doggone merry way and you get with somebody that understands, yo, I'm moving in this direction. I would absolutely love for you to come along. You know what I'm saying? If that may be cool. If not, keep pushing, man. Y'all continue to get with these. Let me not curse. Y'all continue to get with the wrong type of women. And you wonder why you continue to be in those doggone situations, man. But you got older women out here like this. Now, I do have to say this because I don't necessarily agree with everything that she said, because I believe even when you become, or even when you get in a relationship, you still need to have some alone time to yourself. All right? And I can't remember who gave this scenario or whatever, but it's pretty much like this. Is it a diagram or something like that? But you have like the two circles, right? I'm in my own little circle, my own little bubble. You're in your own little circle, your own little bubble. And when we come together and, you know, they say become one in a relationship or whatever, I believe that those things just kind of like just overlap a little bit, which means I'm still my own person, you're still your own person, but we come together and we have things that we do like together. You still have the thing that you love and you enjoy doing. And again, if your partner is down with it, you can bring them along with that, but you still need to have you. You know, you still exist. You're still your own person. But I don't know. That's just my own belief, because I believe in life you got God first, and then you supposed to come right after God. Take care of your needs before anything else. Well, God first, and then you take care of you, make sure you good, your needs or whatever, and then your partner, your significant other comes next for a woman. Now, a guy a little bit different. God himself, his purpose, than a woman. But we ain't gonna dive too much into that. But again, there are some things that I agree with her on, and some things that I don't necessarily, I can't really rock with. Just because you're married, don't mean that again you don't have your own alone time. You still should have some time to yourself, whether it be, you know, when you're like right after work, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's 30 minutes, an hour, or whatever to unwind or whatnot, what have you, whatever the case. But yeah, you definitely still should have some time to yourself. But y'all let me know, what do you guys think down in the comments about that? All right. We got 2 more. We almost up out of here, bro. This live stream was actually kind of short. 2 hours? Really? It's been 2 hours? Interesting. All right, man. So y'all buckle up. Buckle up, man. Buckle up, buckle up, buckle up. We're just going to go ahead and dive right into this thing. I'm just going to say DNA test, shocker. Like,
Yes, my twins have different dads. One of the twins' dad is my husband. The other twins' dad is my husband's dad. Both their name is Mark. I'm not gonna keep explaining that shit to y'all. So yes, one of my daughter, her grandpa, is her dad.
bruh.
Yes, my daughters are cousins. Yes, they're sisters. My husband and my daughter, who's by his dad, that's his sister and his daughter technically, because he claims both of them. He claims both of them as his own. If you let him tell it, he said he's just both his kids. He don't look at them no different. Yes, he claims both of them. Y'all asked, you said they identical because y'all said they look just alike. So no, technically they're not identical. Because in order to be identical twins, they have to have one egg that splits. There was 2 eggs that kind of went their own separate ways and was fertilized during, I guess, the same time frame. And I just ended up happening to get pregnant with twins. Okay, what other questions y'all was asking me? Yes, how do they look alike? Now they look alike because they're fucking sisters. They're still sisters at the end of the day. And their dad and his dad look alike. So it's still damn near the same damn eggs, the same seeds, the same eggs. So y'all gotta do 2 plus 2, make y'all's math. Equal whatever the fuck y'all want to make it equal. But I'm done answering questions and I'm done thinking for y'all. Y'all think whatever y'all want to think. I'm done.
What I'm trying to figure out, because she said her husband. So, brother, you still there? Now listen, I don't necessarily, I'm not one of those people that condone divorces, but I am gonna question this. You still rocking with this young lady? She slept with your dad. And she had unprotected, allegedly, I'm guessing, you know what I mean, with your dad around the same time that y'all was, bro, that's nasty, man. When I tell you these 304s are getting outrageous, and y'all dudes, bro, luckily, I would say the generation that's coming up behind this other generation, I will say this. Y'all are making slightly better decisions about who you decide to give y'all seed to. I got to give it to y'all on that. I got to salute those brothers. You know, it's a lot of things that y'all do that I don't really rock with, which is the purses, the dresses, and some of y'all wearing high heels, and I don't get that ish. I don't get that ish at all. Hell no. But the fact that y'all are deciding to, you know, not share your seed or whatever with chicks like this, that's just, man, good grief. And then, pops, what you doing, fam? Like, man, you know, I don't even want to think about it. This is just tough. But this young lady thought that getting on these people's internet and shining a light on what the heck is going on and giving this type of breakdown, you thought this was a good look? Man, listen, ain't that your cut? I don't know who the hell that is. Ain't that your sister? I don't know who the hell that is. That ain't my aunt. I don't know who the hell. I'm talking about disowning. I don't know who that person is. They ain't in our damn family. Not moving like this. And then got the nerve to stand on business in front of the camera. You decided to go live and put all that information out there about yourself, your kids, and who the fathers of your twins are. Ugh, bro. Hey, get the 304 off my screen, man. Y'all let me know what you guys think down in the comments. It's crazy. Eesh. Anywho, we're going to wrap it up with this last video, peeps. Let go. So this is from one of the guys that's been killing the games, man. Shout out to Poor Man's Podcast, man. Shout out to him. He been doing the doggone thing. I believe he's on the way to 1 million subscribers if he haven't already reached that. But got some dope content, and honestly, I love this content, but I kind of wanted him to get back to the other videos he used to make. I used to love those little memes and stuff during, but long form content is cool too, man. If you getting paid, do your thug thing, my boy. Follow the algorithm.
I actually experienced real women. My grandmother and my mother was those type of women that I saw growing up, and that's why it's kind of hard for me to take anybody serious, because I guess I'm a dinosaur stuck looking for that kind of woman, and it's not there no more. The females in our generation now are trying to focus on being better men.
Females are what?
They're trying to be better men. I'm 45 years old, Kendra. If you meet me, you're expecting me to be a man. You're expecting me to figured it out by now. You're not expecting me to still be, struggling in some ways. You're 45 years old. What are you doing? You should know how to be a man. Well, this is how I feel about women. Like, why am I pleading with a 45-year-old woman about what's a woman? You should know that already. So I'm reading the comments, and I see a lot of people. See, this is sad, right? That y'all mess with that many down low niggas that y'all don't know what a real man look like. I'm sorry if your baby daddy is down low and you don't know what a real man look like. I'm sorry for y'all. All that DL gay shit. Now I'm abusive. See, they ain't used to real men.
It is, boy. Shout out to Kevin Samuels, the late, great Kevin Samuels. Shame, insult, guilt, and the need to be right. The known sign languages of the 304 are the modern day woman. It never freaking fails, bro. They always try to throw that stuff out there. If you are a guy that got his ish together and they can't find nothing wrong with you, the first thing they try to say, oh, who hurt you? Oh, he can't stand his mom. Down low, he's gay. Like, come on, bro. Like, that stuff was played out, and to some guys that would trigger some guys, and to others, like, yo, bro, I already know what it is. And to be honest with you, if I was in front of most of y'all, I could probably bag most of y'all chicks. Probably wouldn't, but
what a real man's voice sound like. Yeah, this is why I seem like I'm abusive. I was raised by granddaddy and them. I'm a real nigga. You see my hands? You see these are man hands. My hands made for kicking ass, not getting painted, okay?
Yeah, this brother was cooking so crazy, they had to call him gay.
that's how you know
he's saying all the right things.
yeah.
They have to use their last resort, their silver bullet, their trick up their sleeve, and
Grenade.
That is
That's
just
when
he must be gay.
Because to be honest with you, Kendra, there are a lot more women, and I hate to use this word, but desperate for relationships than men. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think so too.
And so women tend to throw themselves at my disposal. So, and you gotta understand, like, when you're a certain caliber man, and you whatever it is that women say they want, when you fit that description, you have so many people, and everybody does it. Nobody's perfect, but when you allow yourself to be open to women in that way, that's when you find the woman that can cook, the woman with the sex, the woman that can peaceful. That's when, because you're dating too many people, and then you accumulate all this, and then it makes it hard to settle with one woman, because I'll say, because she is not trying to master how to be a better woman. This is what I think females have to do. Because
Yeah, hold on, wait a minute. I'm a little bit confused about where he was going with that, man. I don't know. Let me try to figure this out, because from what it sounded like, you know what I mean, when you are a certain type of guy, and you're gonna attract all type of women. That includes the women that understand like the cooking and the cleaning is nothing to them. Making sure you have sex or whatever is nothing to them. You know what I'm saying? Like making sure you got a plate. You know, when you walk out the house or whatever, you good for work or whatnot. Like you're going to encounter a lot of those women. So you have your pick of the litter. Now, trying to cipher between whether you want to stay with that woman. Again, you got your pick of the litter, so you're seeing other opportunities and all. Now that's gonna kind of fall back on you, fam, because you should have some type of discernment and you should know and understand a good woman. You know, if she's up here showing you these things, and again, like he said, nobody is perfect. But if she giving you that 80% and 20% is something that y'all can possibly work on, then all the rest of those other chicks ain't gonna matter. But I will say in modern day time, like these women out here now, a lot of them are focusing on being a good man instead of being a good woman. Now, I think that was two separate things. I don't know. I feel like, you know, he was just chopping it up. Maybe, he not used to being on live with Kendra. I don't know.
Females in our generation now are trying to focus on being better men.
I agree.
Okay, they trying to shoot guns, work out. They trying to shoot guns, work out, be bosses.
Because I had a laugh. I don't want to miss this part. So take it from the part when you just said females are what?
They're trying to be better men instead of better women.
Okay,
They
I
are.
agree.
Write that down.
Because if you put the average boss babe up against the boss man, they're pretty much twins. They have the same attitude, same income. They both.
But wait. No. I got to stop it right there. When you look at the boss babe versus the, I don't know, boss man, those boss babe, they take the worst part of those guys, and that's what they are. They take the worst part, not the whole thing. No, I'm gonna take the worst part. Again, I think he's gonna probably get into that.
Both work out. They both, stuck in their ways.
Stuck in
they
their
both
ways.
have attitude problems. They
Mhm.
both have a little bit of controlling in them. And so my thing is,
Mostly the
because
bad
thing about it
things.
is, even though I talk a lot, I talk crazy a lot on the internet. I actually experienced real
Oh,
women. My grandmother and my mother was those type of women that I saw growing up, and that's why it's kind of hard for me to take anybody serious, because I guess I'm a dinosaur stuck looking for that kind of woman, and it's not there no more. So instead of a woman trying to learn how to cook meals, learn how to love me, learn how to support me, learn how to give me peace, learn how to better me as a person, she's trying to compete with me. So
They do compete.
my
Yeah.
thing is, as a 45-year-old man, if I'm on the dating market and I'm trying to date, I'm 45 years old, Kendra. If you meet me, you're expecting me to be a man. You're expecting me to figured it out by now. You're not expecting me to still be, struggling in some ways. You're 45 years old. What are you
And
doing?
that's the craziest thing that you see nowadays, because there are so many people, especially in their mid-20s, early 20s, all the way up to their 30s, focusing on how to learn to make money and focusing on competing in the job market, that you lose a lot of those skills. And then when you hit 30 or around that age where your biology is telling you that you want to start to have a family, you go into wanting to have a family, but you don't really have the applicable skills of a wife. I know that may sound controversial to some people, because some people may think that you don't have to develop those skills, but it does take a lot of skill to be a good wife, to be a good mother. Those are very specific sets of skills that when you're learning how to increase the GDP of a company, or increase the income of a company, buy your boss a new yacht, those are two different sets of skills. There are some women that start to feel the biological pressure to want to have a family, but they don't really have the skills to be a good team member
There
as
it
a
is.
part of that unit. It just is what it is. Two different sets of skills.
I'm glad he said that, because in business, most of the time, in business, you are rewarded for sometimes, stepping on other people's toes, pushing your way to the top. But when it comes to a relationship, you got to understand how to work with your partner. All right. And most of these individuals out here that are struggling in the dating market and that are still single, that's the issue. That's the disconnect right there. Like, it's supposed to be, shout out to, I forgot who said that, but that one band, one sound. We are coming together to work towards a common goal together. But instead, it's constantly bumping heads. That's not going to work in a relationship. It needs to be one leader, all right? Somebody that's going to lead, and then the other follows, all right? And I'm not saying you got to follow blindly. Get with somebody that knows and understands how to communicate. And with that, like you're gonna be straight. You're gonna be good to go. You got to make sure that you're vetting correctly. And if this person is moving in that manner, then again, they're gonna make sure we all are good. But you cannot have two leaders in a relationship and think that that thing is going to be successful. It don't work like that. You got a lot. You got a lot of people out there that are willing to submit to their boss, but they're not willing to submit to their husband. Make it make sense.
And I know people look down on those skills because they think that those skills are beneath them. But if you don't practice those skills, you're not going to have them.
You should know how to be a man. Well, this is how I feel about women. Like, why am I pleading with a 45-year-old woman about what's a woman? You should know that already. You should have made your mistakes. You should have learned. You should have studied. You should know how to be sweet. You should know when to talk to your man. You should know how to talk to your man. That's the problem. A lot of women got a lot of great qualities, but they just don't know how to talk to a man. They talk to us. See, I'm from the old school. I don't tolerate women talking to me crazy. When a woman talk to me crazy, I exit. Because it's gonna piss me off. Because I take that as a sign of disrespect. And I don't tolerate disrespect. And since I'm a gentleman and I don't go back and forth with women, I just remove myself. And that's pretty much the case. A lot of women is this right here. They don't know how to talk to.
Hold on, man. My brother is cooking. I got to interrupt him again. Fellas, this is what I always have been saying since jump, man. You're not going to always be in a situation where women, in every room is going to just flat out respect you just because. I don't care how masculine you are. I don't care how big, how tall, how much money you have, how much respect, how much street cred. None of that stuff matters. You're going to always have that one woman that's going to be disrespectful no matter what, whether it's a little bit or a lot. But the thing is, you don't sit there and tolerate that mess. You just dismiss yourself. Like, bro, I don't have to be here and sit here and entertain you. Like, I can just step respectfully. Like, just walk away. I don't have to sit here and try to demand and get respect from you. It's unnecessary. No, okay, all right. You ain't got to be respectful. I'm gonna dip out.
To a man, and I don't like that. So that's pretty much one of the biggest reasons why I'm single, because women don't know how to talk to a man. They just don't.
And I think that's what a lot of guys have to understand. A lot of guys have to understand as a man, sometimes your absence is more felt when it's not there. And so having to remove yourself from certain situations is something you have to be willing to do in the year 2026. You have no negotiation power in a relationship or when you're talking to somebody if you're not willing to walk away. And if you're not willing to walk away, it shows desperation and it shows you have no options. And when somebody feels like they can disrespect you and you won't leave, at the very least leave, then they're gonna keep disrespecting you and it's gonna get worse.
I love this conversation. I definitely wanted to hear you out. And how I started this show is basically I'm a journalist first. I was in Chicago. I hosted a morning show. I did radio and television. And then primarily 6 years ago, I started with my single show. I say that to say I've always sat in this seat as a journalist mindset first, which means I'm gathering information, collecting data, doing research. Okay. So I love this conversation because I've been meaning to break down the biggest difference that you said. And you used the analogy of your grandmother and your mother. The difference is your grandmother and your mother, maybe your mother, but definitely your grandmother did not have the opportunities. Like there was a time where your grandmother couldn't even get an apartment on her own.
Yeah, but there was also a time where women couldn't accumulate debt. They always fail to mention that part of the equation. When women couldn't accumulate debt, a husband was responsible for his wife's debt. And if he wasn't able to pay the debt, well, then he could either be fined or he could be put in jail for not being able to pay the debt. And if it wasn't the husband that was responsible for it, it was the father that was responsible for it. So they conveniently enough always forget to mention that part. And this whole idea that women didn't have options, that is absolute BS, especially in the black community. Women have always worked in.
Yeah, I don't mean to interrupt my boy Portman, but that's to my doggone point, man. Even with my grandmother taking care of 6 children, she still worked 2 jobs. Still took care of the house, everything. She would literally take my mom, because my mom is the youngest, take my mom to work with her. Working. I'm talking about walk to and from work most days. Not complain, get home, cook, make sure everybody got their shower, everybody in the bed on time. And she knew and she understood she had a duty. It is my duty. Like when we got married, I made a commitment before God, before my family, your family, his family, everybody, that, you know, I'm going to stick this thing out no matter what. Till death do we part. And it was actual factuals. Like that's how she lived her life. That's how a lot of those women lived their life. And it wasn't just because of what she's saying, like opportunity. A lot of those women, my grandmother even, like when she got out, like the house and everything was in her name. Like what are you saying? Like saving money, like they always try to bring up the bank account, join what, man, listen, my grandma, even with my money, used to take all the money that she had, or at least, and my money, or whatever, because I would trust, my grandma was like my bank. She would take that money, she was like, listen, this is your money, I'm gonna wrap it up in tissue. I don't know why she used to wrap it up in tissue. Stick it in here, I don't know if it was in a sock or whatever, anytime I don't know where she put that money at, but every single last dollar that I made, I used to give it to my grandma. But what I'm saying all to say this is, it was nothing for them to save money and stash money and everything like that, bro. But damn about no doggone bank. They made money, they worked, they had options. And women today got more options than any damn body. And we see where they are today. At the bottom.
The black community. My great grandmother, who I was blessed to be able to spend time with while she was still here, she picked tobacco in North Carolina. My grandma, she always kept a job, but her first priority was her family. So when she went to go make money,
my state,
the purpose of that money was to bring it back to her family and contribute to what the family needed. That was the whole point of going and making the money. And then she ended up quitting her job when my mom had me, my brothers, and then my little sisters, and she started a daycare because my mom and my grandmother have always been very cautious of having their child care in the hands of other people.
Yeah.
So she set everything aside, started an entire daycare, an entire business where she took care of my little sisters and other people's kids. And this was in Minnesota. And she didn't get none of that money that the state was just handing out to daycares in Minnesota in the current circumstances. She didn't get none of that money. My grandma still to this day volunteers her time at a Christian after-school program that's held together by a church. So these are very hard-working women who went out and did what they had to do in order to contribute to their family. And so like this whole notion that they didn't have a choice, they had a choice. Most of our grandmothers worked jobs. Like, what are we doing here? They had their own money to some degree, but most of their money was used to contribute to the family. They prioritized the family more than they did the lifestyle. That's just what it was.
And get credit on her own. So she had no choice. It was almost like, I'm not sure if your grandfather was the best man or not, but it wasn't like she had a choice to leave him. Society wasn't set up for her to be a woman with children on her own. Secondly, let's just say your grandfather was...
Oh, wait. So we gonna act like there weren't women out there getting it on their own, they didn't have their own place, their own apartment and stuff like that. Come on, man. Come on, bro.
Doing some things, right? There was no social media to document his every move. I always say, like, back in the day, if there were outside kids, you usually found out at the funeral. Like,
not the woman, the wife or whatever. They knew about the girlfriend. What are we talking about right now? Those women, some of those women, because I just want to make sure we put this out there. A lot of them try to make it seem like most of those guys didn't have no damn outside children. They didn't. They probably got whatever, they probably did a little something, but I don't think most guys were out there doing that. I think that most guys were active. Most guys went to work. They came home from work. They spent time with their doggone families. They brought everything that they earned back to the doggone house, and it wasn't any outside children. We always hear people trying to make it seem like this was most of those people, when I seriously doubt it. I highly doubt that, man.
Like, that was the one moment where all the kids would come together, but it wasn't a Facebook, it wasn't social
media
about it,
though.
If your man was doing you
She still stayed.
It was in your face. So with that being said,
Yeah, but let's just be honest. Now, let's extend to olive branch first. I would say, like, I do think part of the issue with social media with the male and female dynamic is I just think that there are certain things men aren't supposed to know about women, and there are certain things women aren't supposed to know about men.
What you mean?
I think that's actually true, and I think that with the overexposure of some of the things, especially the specific type of woman that does get on social media and voices her opinion and all of these different things, that specific archetype of woman, because that is the opinion that most men hear because they see the content that they make, it does have a negative effect on the halo effect that men, generally speaking, give to women. So I will say social media has definitely lifted the veil on some of those things. Are we gonna?
But wait, before we get into the next point, I think that's good though, right? Because personally, like, or I'm not gonna say person, but when it comes to guys in my circle, what I always tell them, listen, if you out there and you trying to date, look at that young lady's social media. She's going to tell you what type of person she is. So you can go on there and you can see what type of statuses she's posting, the type of arguments that she had, whether with an ex, a baby daddy, or whatever, the way that she carries herself, social media is honestly like one of the biggest tools that a lot of people can use in today's society, like right now. That's literally like the blueprint. Like, okay, all right, so yeah, no, she posts way too much. She got these little skimpy outfits. She got her boobs out. Oh, she got her OnlyFans? Heck no, I ain't gonna do it. That's good. You can't hide none of that stuff anymore. So I think it's actually a really good thing that social media is around because it's letting you know what type of person you are dealing with before you actually get into bed with them.
Sit here and act like there weren't men raising kids
There were.
that weren't biologically their kids. Are we really gonna sit here and act like that? Because when you look at the actual statistics now of the DNA collected from the paternity centers all across America,
20, 30-something percent.
33%. This is crazy, and you're not going to believe it, so you have to look it up. Look up the DNA test centers. 33% of the time when somebody sends in their DNA to find out if they are the biological father here in America, this is actual data taken from the DNA centers all across America.
Crazy.
33% of the time, the man finds out that the kid isn't his.
That's sick.
Now, you got to take that with a grain of salt because these are people who are already suspicious in the first place. But let's not act like in a time where
Right,
you
it's
didn't
more
really
out
have
there.
this technology, there weren't men raising kids that weren't biologically theirs. It's so bad in Jamaica, it's about 70%.
Dang.
One of the leaders, I forgot, one of the top guys in the government of Jamaica said this problem is so bad that we need to implement mandatory DNA tests. And they said, no, we can't do that because there'd be too much femicide.
Man.
Meaning there'd be too many men killing their girlfriends
Yeah,
and wives
for
because
sure.
they find out that the kids aren't biologically
sure,
theirs. So
yeah.
even the government is protecting the ladies from accountability when it comes to this type of stuff because it's that rampant.
That's
it's
crazy.
so bad in France, you can't even get a DNA test. You can't even get a paternity test in France.
Nah, I
so
didn't
this
know
whole
that.
idea that it was just guys going out starting all these alternative families and you wouldn't find out until the let's not act
Cap.
like there weren't
Yeah,
men
cap.
raising kids that weren't
Weren't
biologically
theirs,
theirs.
yeah.
So this whole woe is me narrative that comes from basically feminist one-sided history, like I'm never going to downplay the role of a woman because I've seen it done well. I've seen how they bring the community together, how they're able to set up family reunions and do all these different things that bring people together and all.
And that's what I love. I absolutely love about women. That's why we have to separate and it's a difference between the two. You got women and you got 304s. You have women and you got 304s. Don't put those 304s in the same category as a woman. There are two totally different things. Women move completely different from the modern day 304s. Women know and understand what it is that they're supposed to be doing, and they try their best to be as helpful as possible, whether that be to the group, the family, and you can see it like it's in their essence. It's in them. Like it's been in them their entire lives, and it's just, man, it's a joy to be around women like that. Now, when you start talking about the 304, they just move different. They can't even fake it. Like if you really sit there and pay attention, those 304s, they can't fake it, fam. You cannot. Again, that's just like putting them doggone fake Air Force Ones next to the real Air Force Ones. It's not hard to be able to tell. It's not hard to be able to spot a fake. It's just something about it, like the sound when you shake it, how heavy it is. Like, yeah, nah, this ain't it, man. The tongue on that mug just don't move right. The feel, yeah, nah, you can tell these cheap, fam. These them $40 knockoffs. These ain't no real Air Force Ones. These ain't Jordans, cuz. It's not hard, man. And I think that a lot of men that have had experiences with women, it's easy for them to be able to spot a 304. Now, if you've been around 304s your entire life, it might be a little bit harder for y'all. But guys that have been around women and know and understand how women operate, man, stop playing with me, bro. Stop
All
playing.
that stuff, I've seen that in action. So I will always respect the role of a woman, but we're not going to sit here and disrespect the roles that our grandfathers played and the sacrifices that they made. Like my dad just worked he's 60 years old. He just worked 7 days last week.
Damn.
Waking up at 4 a.m. You don't think there were some days where he didn't want to have to wake up at 4 a.m.? But that's part of the sacrifices that men make. And so to act like it was just grandmother suffering through this time, like, yeah, everybody did what they had to do for the sake of the family. Hey, guys, huge update for the Reaction Creator Academy
Oh, yeah,
course.
let that thing
I
play.
wanted to introduce you guys to the
Straight play.
Reaction Creator Academy.
Nah, I say jump ahead. We ain't gonna do it.
Engine. I've combined a bunch of data on my most successful titles and the most successful titles on other reaction and major commentary channels. With that data, you can now optimize any title that you put into the viral.
First of all, man, shout out to Poor Man's Podcast. Man, I've been watching this guy for a few years now. And when I tell you, man, the growth, the change, the way to be able to pivot and still be relevant, shout out to him, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Now he done created a course.
Title engine. So we have 3 different
Fire.
modes here. First is CTR mode, second is CPM mode, and the third is balance mode. Just for the demonstration, I'm going to click CTR mode. Then I'm going to use a title that I've already used in the past, and this title is Steroids Are Aging Gen Z Men Like Milk. Then press send. Then voila. So not only does it rate the title that I originally gave it out of 10 in terms of CTR, CPM, and virality, but it also gives you 5 alternative titles that could be even better. And since I prioritize CTR, you'll notice that the CTR ratings out of 10 on all of these titles are significantly higher. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you'll see that it also gives you the best overall title out of all of the recommended titles. And this best title was, they thought steroids would make them attractive. Reality hit hard. And then as a bonus, it even gives you a 2-sentence answer as to why this title is better. If you are a person that's already bought the Reaction Creator Academy course, you now have access to this tool. And if you thought about buying the Reaction Creator Academy course, you will have access to this tool. As I said before, the Reaction Creator Academy course is something that once you buy it, you only have to have a one-time payment. I'm not going to charge you every month. And I'm going to continue to update it and give people new tools and new information as it comes. If you look at what I do and you think it's easy and you think you can do it too, you might be right. You just might not have the right tools. So learn how to turn social media moments into real money. I'll leave a link in the description down below.
We don't know if grandma and mother would have been the same if they had the same opportunities that women have today, because now women have today, we have the opportunity to create our own life. So it's like, I don't have to be with a man to survive income wise. So if you're not bringing peace of mind or making me like better in some way, I can live without you in a financial way. And that's the disconnect, is that our world has evolved so much. But I will say this, there's a lot of truth to what you said. And I think we just haven't, we're in the middle of what do we do now? What happens when the boss chick does have money and actually might make more money than a guy?
Well, she just goes and she dies alone. That's fine. I mean,
Damn.
if you don't, like, the whole point of making the money is making a living, right? So you can do the living part. What's the point of making the money if your requirement after you make the money is to only be with the man that makes more money? The whole point of making the money should be to be able to contribute to a family. Maybe you make 100, maybe he makes 70, you make more than him. Put it together, y'all got 170.
But see, that's the issue, brother. That's the disconnect right there. When a boss bae, when she makes money, that's her money. There is no us. Even if she get a guy that she's sleeping with, it's just, okay, I make 170, you make 40. And in a lot of cases, she gonna still look down, talk down, and belittle that guy. It is no coming together, combining money. And if they make the majority of that, and that's the difference between most successful men versus the everyday boss bae. If she make the majority of the money, that's her money. If you make the majority of the money, that's y'all money together. Yeah, I put this in the pot. It's only a few people that I've honestly came across that had a different type of mindset when it came to that. It's not many out there, right? That boss bay mentality takes over when they make over a certain amount of money. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, they get beside themselves. But that's the issue, man. That's the
Most of
disconnect.
the wealth in this country to this day is still built through the institution of marriage, by the way. So this whole idea that there's this huge group, and men still make more on average than women too. So
Mhm.
this idea that there's this huge subgroup of women
Don't
that are
let them
like
know
these
that.
boss chicks and making all this money and living this independent, most of these people are in debt.
What does emasculating and being feminine when you have to be the boss to take care of things? And then also one thing, I don't want to forget this. Some women don't have a choice. You said in this whole rant that most men are not like you. So if most men are not like you, that woman has no choice but to step up to the plate or she's gonna sink. So can you blame that woman?
Hold on, wait. Let me say this right because I think that people are getting being masculine and having to step up to the plate and do all the rest of this, becoming a boss babe, being an independent woman with just being an adult, bro. Like, literally, that's what it is. If you are paying your own bills to your house, your car, going on trips, I don't care what, that's just being an adult. You don't get no damn award for that. There is no reward for that. Like, what do you expect? That's just an average person doing average-ish and what? Stepping up to the plate. So you think just because you paying your own bills, the bills that you accumulate, most of y'all are probably living above y'all means any doggone way. And and accumulated all of that student loan debt or whatever, you're trying to pay back those credit cards and everything else. You think that you deserve a higher title just because you're taking care of the bare minimum? No. You got so many guys out here that's been doing it for you that you don't get no damn pat on the back for that. That's basic ish.
So are they doing it because they enjoy it and they have the freedom to do it and it's making them happy, or are they doing it because they have to do it? So it's like you want to do it when you're alone and you're making all the money, but then when you get in the relationship and you have to take on the duties that a woman typically takes in the relationship, now all of a sudden you have to behave masculine because the world has made you this way. Which one is it? Is it a choice or is it something that you have to do?
I can't blame a woman for doing what she need to do to survive, but my thing is,
Survive.
because I had a conversation with a lady about this yesterday, right? And I was on my live, and she was basically saying that her grandmother was giving her backstories about all the things she had to endure behind closed doors, and she's basically encouraged her to get her stuff together so she won't need a man. And I'm just sitting there thinking, like, if that was the case, then that would sound like wasn't nobody happy, and y'all couldn't wait to get away from us. That's what that sounds like to me.
It does. I mean, you have to know a lot of women were not happy. They didn't have a choice. It's just like a job.
What?
Most people would cuss their boss out every single day if they didn't need their check. So what women learned to do was they learned to suffocate and focus on what did make them happy because the world wasn't set up for them to be anything else.
Okay,
So
yeah.
now-
See, now she's just making
Yeah,
shit up.
that's
If you look at all
cap,
the
bro.
statistics that come out on happiness, outside of
They're
bullshit
still-
surveys, which are the lowest denomination of information you could ever collect, just saying yes, I'm happy on a survey. Outside of self-reported surveys, all of the data says that women are significantly more miserable and have more mental health issues now than ever before.
Medications.
So this whole notion that everybody's happy. Yeah, you might be happy if you have to take anti-anxiety and antidepressant medications to be happy. You're not happy. You're
And
high.
and I know a lot of them mofos. I've worked with those women. I'm talking about whether it be in the entertainment, as far as like hotel, the hospital, yeah, regardless, it seems like the majority of those young ladies are on some type of medication. I was literally blown away. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of them people, I'll just sit back, you know what I'm saying, and just kick it. We can just sit there and just have a conversation. And I'll kind of disappear to the back sometime when I see two women kind of go, because I know if you just sit there, you're going to hear a lot more if you just keep your mouth closed, just listening. And I'm just like, damn, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. All of y'all are on some type of like antidepressant medication. Like, why? You know, I just found out, you know, I had bipolar, depression, and what the hell? And most of these young ladies are not in a relationship. A lot of them are actively sleeping around with, you know what, never mind.
Like the pharmaceutical industry is just giving each other high fives right now. It's
There
like,
you
no,
go.
that's just not true. The majority of women are not happier under this current dynamic. Is feminism lied to women and did not make them happier. And what type of grown-ass adult even still prioritizes just straight up happiness? It's like, yeah, life isn't about happiness. It's more about committing to hard things and doing those hard things even when they don't make you happy sometimes. And marriage isn't about happiness either. It's more about commitment than it is happiness too. And I'm sure there are plenty of grandfathers that had to wake up early in the morning to go do back-breaking labor that weren't always happy to do it, but they did it because that's what they had to do.
You know, once women got rights to, you know, like I said, 1974 is a big year. That's when women got rights to get loans for homes. You know, up until then, women could get apartments, but a lot of places required a male signature. So people don't even know this. Like 1970, if a woman wanted to get an apartment,
One-sided feminist
a man
history.
had to co-sign for her to get that apartment. So in 1974, they made it illegal to discriminate on women getting homes without a male signature. So a lot of those women that men quote, and I'm happy that you brought this up because that's when being a provider was easier too, because most women didn't have income, right? So if you made 50K, then you made 50K. That's what it was. It wasn't like she was coming to the door with her own income and now you had to make more than her. That's a very big disconnect. But now we have it opposite. There's women that are like, I make $100,000, so I want a man to make $100,000. But to that sentiment,
It's crazy, bro. Like I've seen these studies and these like news articles on like something saying that there aren't enough financially attractive men. It's like, bro, I just think that it's so interesting that women don't want men to make more than them, but they only want to date men that make more than them. It just doesn't make any sense. And obviously the wage gap was just like repeated feminist propaganda. Said so many times that people started to believe that it was true. This has been debunked so many times. I don't even want to do it anymore. We've debunked that plenty of times.
has to want that woman back. And men don't date according to their wage. They date by if they want to have sex and be with you in a romantic way. And no matter how much money you make, if a man is not sexually attracted to you, not romantic attracted to you, you'll never be an option in a dating way for him.
This is most of your following from Atlanta.
They're from everywhere. Why you say?
Because I'm reading the comments and I see a lot of people. See,
There you go.
this is sad, right?
There you
That
go.
y'all mess with that many down low niggas that y'all don't know what a real man look like. I'm sorry if your baby daddy is down low and you don't know what a real man look like. I'm sorry for y'all. All that DL gay shit, bro. Y'all got me fucked up. I don't know what type of niggas y'all have been around, but this ain't it, baby. I'ma just be honest. All y'all with that dumb shit in the comments. If I was around any one of you busted assholes, y'all would drool over me. So let's get that
That's
straight.
how it be.
No, hold on, because
That's how it is.
I don't like
He
that.
said,
Because
no, hold
every
on.
time a man stands up and says something that they don't like, he got to be gay, he got to be a D. I'm not from where y'all from, okay? I wasn't born in this new fruitcake ass era. This is y'all shit. This is not my shit, okay? This is why I be alone, because I don't want to even mingle with none of y'all, because I don't even know which y'all, the niggas y'all mess with got too much shit going on. They this and they that, and then y'all think every nigga do that. No, this is what a real man look like, baby. Sorry you ain't never met one with your goof ass.
And it's crazy because
Yeah, I'm actually glad that she let him go off like that. And that's like a reality check for a lot of the busted chicks out there. Again, when they ain't got nothing that they can throw at you, they gonna go look you up on social media. They gonna try to find something wrong. And when they can't find no dirt on you, the first thing they want to say is something about gay. That's the only damn grenade that they try to throw over there and hoping that they gonna get you off of your square. But as a man, again, if you are gonna address it and keep moving forward. That's the only thing. Like I'm just gonna be clear, let you know, yo, you know what I'm saying? It ain't that type of party, and then just keep moving. You don't have to, go in like he going in, but I
They
understand.
literally proved this point when he said the issue is there are some women who don't understand when and how to talk to men. There are some women who believe that they should be able to be disrespectful to a man and he should just tolerate it. And no guy who actually goes out into the world and is trying to fight for things to bring back to his
I'm
family
gonna deal with that.
wants to deal with the people that he's trying to work hard for disrespecting them. No guy wants to deal with that. And it's just
Ain't
crazy
gonna
we
deal
now
with
live in this new era where it's like you trying to be a regular man is called gay as a derogatory term, but then there'll be actual gay people doing actual gay things and they'll cheer for that. It's just so weird.
So
Backwards.
women, comment section, y'all know, they got the right to cuss you out if you saying something sideways. So
What's
they were
what's
saying that in
sideways?
DL.
What's sideways about
I
what he
didn't say
said?
a lot of shit. No, I ain't angry. This is how I talk. I'm a hood nigga. I came in here trying to be respectful and try to get y'all the peaceful me, but then now y'all want to come in these DMs talking this fag shit. I don't play that shit. Okay? I don't do all that. So y'all keep that shit to them young niggas. All them 90s babies and 2000, but y'all play that gay shit with him.
Whoa, brother. Hey, I'm a 90s baby, and we don't play that mess. Now, I'm 1990. We don't play that mess, fam, for real. And no way, shape, form, or fashion. So, say that about them 2000 babies or whatever. But 90s, yeah, nah. We ain't with that, fam.
I don't do all this shit.
Let me ask the questions. All right, so Jamal's 45, Chicago, dad of 5 kids. He's a content creator, a celebrity barber. We're gonna get into it. I know you're not necessarily looking for a woman, but you're open-minded. So what would be the requirements of a woman that you would be open-minded to date?
My boy got 5 kids. I'll let you know. You know what he's talking about.
Man, I'm pretty open-minded when it comes to dating. I just want her to be in shape and have a good attitude. You know what I'm saying?
You said that before, so being in shape is very important to you?
Now I'm abusive. See, they ain't used to real men. This is what a real man's voice
That
sounds
boy.
like. Y'all used to them fancy niggas that wear purses and tight clothes and get their fucking fingernails painted clear and all that fucking shit on them. That's why, this is why I seem like I'm abusive. I was raised by granddaddy and them. I'm a real nigga. You see my hands? You see these are man hands. My hands made for kicking ass, not getting painted.
Hey, shout out to that brother, man. We're going to go ahead and end it right there because y'all know how I am about like cursing and stuff like that. If you want to see the entire video, go to Poor Man's Podcast and go check it out. I think that he was cooking. I believe that, most of the things that he said, I can definitely agree with. It's a lot of guys out there. A lot of women are probably used to that, them down low dudes. You know what I mean? Out here, again, wearing purses, wearing dresses, painting their fingernails. There was even a guy they had it on the cover of one of the football games, like Madden or something. I was just like, yo, what is this mess, man? What the freak is the world coming to? They starting to blur the freaking lines. But the thing is, when they do come up on a masculine man, most of them know they're dealing with a masculine guy. But again, they just want to throw insults, try to guilt trip, and then they want to be right so mother loving bad. But the thing is, most of those guys that they trying to do that to, they know in a heartbeat they'll get them damn draws up in a second, just like that. It never fails. Instead of you throwing that shame and that guilt out there, or them insults out there, just be honest. Like, you know what? Brother is cooking. He's right. He is right. But I want to hear from y'all, man. What do you guys think down in the comments about this situation, man? Honestly, I think Kendra will actually probably get a draws up. Because I've seen her interact with a lot of people, a lot of men. And the energy was definitely different with this situation. But y'all let me know what do you guys think down in the comments, all right? And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and end the live stream right here. We done went to almost 2 o'clock in the morning, almost 3 hours strong. It's been a minute since we done did a live stream like this. But I think moving forward, we're going to probably switch it up and change some stuff up, man. I'm probably going to end up going to another platform. StreamYard ain't been getting the job done for me. But anywho, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up, man. Until next time, y'all be blessed. Y'all be beautiful. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Turn off podcast lights. That up too.